We are now counting down to Gods and Monsters Live 8th anniversary special here on their Facebook page. Once again, we are counting down. We are going live on Gods and Monsters Facebook page in just a few moments to celebrate their 8th anniversary. We hope to have a lot of visitors come and sit and talk with us. We hope you send us your questions. We are counting down right now. In about 9 minutes, we'll be live on Gods and Monsters Facebook page. And we hope to have you join us here, either in person in the store or come on in virtually and type up some questions for us. And we are going live. Once again, we'll be starting in 8 minutes. You can come on over to the store, or you can join us live here on their Facebook page to ask Todd questions. He's very busy, of course, working the register as always, but we'll see if we can get him to come visit with us like we always do. I got a plug right here. I'm just searching for plugs. 8 years here at Gods and Monsters. 8th anniversary. Let's not worry about charging right now. Testing out the signal. It looks good. One, two. The live chat seems to be working. If you want to join us live and send us some questions. Thank you. And wonderful. And then as soon as we're done, I'll immediately remind you. Thank you. Good. And if you're joining us live in 5 minutes, send us a little message on Facebook. Once again, in less than 5 minutes, we will begin our live broadcast from Gods and Monsters, celebrating their 8th anniversary. We will be here on Facebook Live. Feel free to drop in on the chat and send us a question for Todd, as we hope to have him join us. The store's very busy right now, so he's usually behind the register or moving inventory around as always. I see that Rick has joined us live. Thank you, Rick, for joining the show. Will Ortiz has joined us live. Welcome, Will. We'll be starting in 4 minutes. I'm at the front of the store, and I'm overlooking the entire store. The register is busy. We've got a camera we'll be able to show you as well when we start in about 4 minutes. Check 1, 2, 3. Bye-bye. Thanks for coming in. Customers will be walking right by us because that's just the way it is. You'll see a very busy 3 cameras here bouncing around. And if you've been to the store recently, you know that there's a gigantic Hulk in the front window. And I've got a Hulk camera. The Hulk is actually holding a camera that looks down the center of the store. That's all coming up in 3 minutes. Todd's up on a short step ladder right now. I'm going to say it's the 3-foot ladder as he's putting some Star Wars merchandise up on the top shelf. He's actually moved that item twice today. He's just rearranging some items as they come flying off the shelves. Less than 3 minutes till we start. We're down to 3 minutes, Todd. We're on a countdown clock. Yeah, there's a digital countdown clock live on your Facebook page right now. Yes. To give people a chance to join us live and ask you questions. Check, check, check. Just put my headset back on just to test it. Sounds good. In about 2 minutes from now, we'll get started. Perhaps even Anna will sit with us today. She occasionally does on the anniversary shows, but it is usually a challenge to get her to join us. We'll see what happens. About 1.5 minutes till start time. Oh, Alita just joined us. Hello, Alita. Hello, Talon. Hello, new parents. It's good to see you Facebook Live right now. Lots of activity in the store right now and over at the bar as well. Todd holding up a TIE Fighter at the register that somebody has purchased. We're less than a minute to go. I guess Talon we're today. 20 seconds. 20 seconds till show starts.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Gods and
Hello, everybody. No more testing 1, 2, 3. This is the real deal. Welcome to Gods and Monsters 8th anniversary show. I am joined by Hulk, as you can see, and I'll be joined by many people hopefully this afternoon. Just want to make a couple of quick messages. Hello to Greg Moan, my co-host who could not be here today. He's out on a film shoot, and good luck to him on his feature film. Hopefully he'll talk to us about that in an upcoming episode. But today we are celebrating Gods and Monsters 8th anniversary. Let me just click a few buttons here. Hang on one second. Let's see. Desktop audio. We're good with that. This one doesn't need audio, and this one sounds good here. So let me tell you what's going on here. The store is filled with merchandise. We don't have as much room. I feel like I'm hunching over. I feel like we don't have as much room as we normally do, but that's a good problem to have. The store's filled with merchandise here. Let me give you a couple of different camera angles here. Of course, this will be camera one. When Todd comes and sits down with us, you think it's me, but actually, Todd will be sitting right over there. And then here's my Hulk camera. By Hulk camera, I mean, let me go back for a second. Right over here. Actually, you can see the camera. The Hulk is actually holding a camera for me today, and that is camera number 3. And there it is there. Thank you, Hulk. Everybody is like all throughout the store right now, moving up and down the aisles. The register was just really busy a few moments ago. And what people are doing is, oh, I see a little Hulk. You need to switch to, hang on a second. Hulk needs to switch to a different setting here. Give me a moment to click on it. Let's see what happens. Now he might be a little blue. Not sad, but I'm saying like the actual color blue. So what I'm going to do is do a little color adjustment right here, live on the air. Function, white balance, fluorescent, and go. Look at that. Thank you, Hulk. Okay, now everything looks better. Let's check the cameras again. Here's camera 1. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the show. Here comes camera 2. This will be where Todd will be sitting earlier. And then the Hulk camera 3, going throughout the store. I've been setting up for like the past hour or hour and a half, just getting everything put together, making sure the internet was working, audio was good, video was good, and the store was just filled with people walking all around, and it was very, very busy. Look, we got messages from people already. Thank you guys for chatting with us. Chris Morris is watching. I helped move that Hulk statue into that place. It was a beast to move. Yes, if only it could have been moved in as Bruce Banner and then when became the Hulk. But yeah, I can't imagine, even with the double doors open, that being a very successful move. I guess if I go back to my camera for a second, you can see. Yeah, here's Hulk. Hulk is big, very big. And these double doors here, there's one door opening right now. I still can't imagine. That must have been quite a challenge. We'll go back to Hulk camera there as we look at some of our other messages, but thank you, Chris, for helping move that in. Yes, Alita, nice for the Hulk to help us out. So there's a lot of activities going on here today, of course. At the bottom of the screen, you'll see the crawl up there letting you know about what's going on and the address and the phone number. And, of course, we want you to come and visit the bar as well, which is open, I believe, until 1, possibly 2 a.m. We're going to get that confirmed by Todd when he comes and sits with us. But it is also our time to reflect on 8 years in the business. I will mention this to Todd, but I'll mention it to you as well in the audience. 8 years is about 7 years more than most local businesses survive. So congratulations for them for continued success in their industry. And from what I'm seeing in this store and from what the camera you can see, just filled with amazing merchandise. There's all kinds of full-size Star Wars as well as the Hulk. Star Wars action figures here. You've got Darth Vader at the front door here, full size. And here comes the Minotaur. Minotaur is on camera right now. You are live on Facebook. Give us a wave. There you are. No, this camera right here. The Hulk cam. You're on Hulk cam right now. Yes, live on Facebook. If you come on down here, he's here for photo ops. You know, he's here to take selfies with you. You know, he's here to give you advice with his hands. He doesn't talk that much. But yes, he's got his own camera today. He's on the Hulk cam for us, and he'll be joining us all throughout the show as he wanders around taking lots of pictures with people. Yes. our main focus in our job now is to try and get the boss, Todd, to come and sit with us. Always a challenge, though. He's a very busy man. He's got a store to run. He's got a business to run. He's going up that step ladder again. Nope, he's collapsing the step ladder. He does not need it at this time. But I was saying earlier, this is definitely a time to reflect on 8 amazing years here in Central Florida. And once again, we're thinking about the Orlando Weekly poll that is out. And as always, Gods and Monsters is very successful in multiple categories in the magazine every year. I believe every year they have been named Best Comic Book Store. So that'll be 7 years in a row. And I don't think that could be 8th year because this is the 8th anniversary right now. So I don't think it can be 8, but Todd can also confirm that. Oh, okay. Chris informing me that the Hulk, let's go back to the Hulk here, splits into 6 different pieces. I didn't realize that. You know what? I can see now. The arms, perhaps. Yes. Okay. All right. That makes a lot more sense now than having that gigantic thing try and go through that door. Okay. Thank you for the update there. Let's go back to Hulk Cam. Hulk's hand is so huge that he just easily fits that camera. And we'll switch over to camera 3 to take a look at the store once again. So we will be visiting with as many people that want to come and sit with us, something we always like to do on the show, Greg and I, which we have not done in a while. Unfortunately, we've both been very busy with work. And our friend Greg Moan, who has been doing the show since day one, is out shooting a feature film right now. He's done many short films and been very successful in festivals all around Florida. But this is one of the features that he is working on. Feature meaning, hour and a half, 2 hour long movie. He is the cinematographer for this film. And both my daughters, Reese and Riley, who sometimes are also here joining us on the show, could not be with us because they are actually extras in the movie. So Greg and Reese and Riley are unavailable today because they are all out on a film shoot at Lake Howell High School. They're shooting a couple of different scenes for a film having to do with dancing at a school dance. So perhaps when we see Greg again, he can give us an update and tell us exactly what's going on with this film. But congratulations to Greg. He's been very successful these past few months working on a lot of different projects. And if you're interested, of course, Gregory Moan on Facebook, he's been putting up photos of this film he's been working on. It's been these past few weekends at the high school where they've been doing the shoot. You can see on the Hulk Cam here, people standing in line, purchasing items. I see somebody, let me put my glasses on. They got a Star Wars item here. It looks like with the old style. It says something TIE Fighter. It may have been, okay. This TIE Fighter that this gentleman is purchasing was also on display earlier. Todd was showing it off. It was out of the box and hanging up on one of the shelves. It looks like now someone is purchasing one of those TIE Fighters in the old style 1977 looking box. And it's fantastic. I've been coming here to the store a lot lately and just purchasing little items. Todd can tell us about the storage unit that he purchased, and he's been having these incredible finds on. I purchased from him a People magazine from 1977 with C-3PO on the cover. The magazine had come out just before I think the movie came out, I want to say, or right around the exact same time. I'm thinking the People magazine with C-3PO on the cover may have been from May of 77. So it was right around that time when people perhaps had no idea what they were even looking at because we didn't really know what a C-3PO was in the beginnings of 1977. You may see Todd off there in the distance frantically working around the register. So we've had a steady flow of people coming in and out today for the anniversary. Some people just coming in, not even realizing perhaps it was the anniversary. So there'll be some deals here. If you look at the crawl at the bottom of the screen here, there'll be some information about what is going on. And then, of course, they would always like to refer you to the Facebook page to give you a link you can click on that explains to you everything that's going on today for the 8th anniversary. 8th anniversary. I still can't believe it. I was looking back on my Facebook page, which was showing me, events. Here's where you were 8 years ago today. And it was the monstrous, I want to say, 6, 7, 10-hour day that we put in there on YouTube back then. We do shows on YouTube and Facebook. We just thought we would go Facebook Live today because Gods and Monsters has many, many followers on Facebook. But 8 years ago, we were live on YouTube for the entire day. It was the ribbon cutting, the grand opening, and the place was just filled with people. And you can always go back and find those videos on our YouTube page. That's at youtube.com/Gods and Monsters Show, I believe. Wow, you think I would know that? Gods and Monsters Show, I believe. And that is our YouTube page. We've got many, many episodes, 150 maybe we're up to. More people are coming in the store right now. I'm going to keep it on the Hulk camera here. I suppose I could show you real quick. I got to use the mouse pad because the mouse is not working right now. People they just came in through the door, so you can't see them right now. And there's Todd's camera again once he comes and sit with us. Or perhaps a guest will come and sit with us next to the Star Wars pinball machine here. Back to the Hulk cam here. Once again, we are live on Facebook. Yeah, Alita was just mentioning it does not seem that long ago, 8 years ago. It is pretty amazing. It doesn't seem that long ago that we were all there. Some of us all meeting for the first time. We met a lot of people that day. Boy, that day was something. I think we broke that up on YouTube into like 5 or 6 or 7 different episodes because we had so many people lined up and interviewed for that day. It was just a fantastic day, and it's just so great for me anyway to reflect back on what Todd and Anna have done in that time. It's amazing that in 8 years they have grown into this massive company. You can see from the Hulk camera here, people are standing in line again, looking at stuff. Todd, you may see him in the background there, moving around, talking to customers, and it's going to be very difficult for him to actually come and sit with us right away anyway, because he's got a lot of things going on. Let me click on my link here. Let's see what's going on. The opening was so fun. We were there the whole day. Good time, says Alita. Yes, that was the first time I met Talon and Alita. Perhaps dressed up in Doctor Who attire. I'm not entirely sure, but I mean, there's like an 87% chance they were dressed up in Doctor Who attire that day. Many people were wearing costumes that day. Both my daughters were heavily into Gravity Falls at the time, and they both had on their Gravity Falls outfits. It was like a grand opening at a comic book store, but at the same time, it was almost like a Comic-Con. Everybody was dressed up and decorated for the grand opening of an event of good friends of theirs. And I highly encourage you to go back and look at our YouTube page. Some of the other huge events that we had there when they were at the other facility, of course, would be Todd and Anna's wedding, which took place at the store. That actually is on their Facebook page. That was like one of the very first live Facebook events I think we were able to pull off, where we had a phone set up and we hit record and we were live for those family members who could not be there for the wedding on New Year's many years ago. And some of the other events, we've had wrestling events on the YouTube page. Of course, just many guests over the years, unboxing of items, but most of it is just sit-down interviews with people telling us about their items that they've purchased, or why they love comic books, or why they love movies, or why they loved Gods and Monsters, the store. And it's been much discussion over the years with many, many people. Again, I think I'd said 100 and I've forgotten the number of episodes now that we're up to, but it's nice to reflect back on that 8th anniversary. Ed Mercado is joining us live. Welcome, Ed. If anybody's got questions for Todd, we'll try and keep those questions lined up so that when he comes and sits down with us, perhaps even a coworker will come and sit with us as we try to get some people. I'll ask a few of these people that are, when I was setting up, people were asking me, oh, what are you doing? What's going on? So maybe we'll get some people that'll come and actually sit with us. We are currently live on Facebook. This will be broadcast later on the YouTube page where we store all the episodes. But for now, it's nice to be live on Facebook because they've got, thousands of friends that hopefully when you were just walking down the street or driving in your car or at home on your phone today, a little message popped up and said, Gods and Monsters is now live on Facebook. If that did not happen, please make sure to turn on notifications for their Facebook page so that you know. Would you like to sit and join us? You want to have a talk? We're talking with everybody live on Facebook about Gods and Monsters, and if there's anything you're going to be purchasing today, go ahead and have a seat here. We're live. You want to have a seat? All right, here. Scoot a little closer. Tell me, what's your name?
Logan.
Logan? I'm going to turn your microphone on, Logan. Hello, Logan. Welcome to the store. So what's going on today? You find anything that you like? Anything you're interested in?
I'm more of a D&D guy.
D&D, yes. We've got, I see there's Dungeons & Dragons if you're interested in the books, but also in creating the characters and having the board games. They do a lot of D&D games here. Well, they'll set them up in the back room. And anything in particular you're looking for today?
I'm just looking for something that looks nice, something I can add to my creativity, something I could add on with my story.
What kind of collection do you have at home?
Right now, I'm a youngster D&D, so
Yes.
I've just started.
Very good.
My favorite one is the Gelatinous Cube.
Gelatinous Cube.
Yeah. And if you haven't, there's this new D&D movie. Pretty good.
Oh, the D&D movie. It was
Yes.
in theaters a while ago. Is it out now streaming so you can watch it home?
Yes.
Chris Pine was in that, I believe, right? Was that Chris Pine?
I'm
The one
pretty
who played
sure.
the one who played Captain Kirk in the Star Trek movies. Yeah, Chris Pine. So, what was your opinion of the movie? You liked it?
Movie, it was good. I feel like there could have been some touches. But yeah.
Okay. Overall, do you see there being potential for a sequel now that they've had some success?
I definitely see some potential for a sequel.
Excellent.
Thing is, I don't see some actors being able to do the sequel.
Yes, some people are very busy. It's hard to get everybody's schedule
Yeah.
organized and get them all up at the same time. So, have you been to the store before? Have you been to Gods and Monsters before here?
No, this is my first time.
Oh, very good. Do you live here in the area, or are you on vacation?
I'm on vacation. I'm actually from Miami.
Oh, very good. So you're up here from Miami on some vacation, and you stumbled upon Gods and Monsters. We're happy to
Yes.
have you. I'm sorry. What did you say your name was?
Logan.
Logan. Okay. And Logan is looking for some Dungeons and Dragons items. When you first walked in the store, there's anything that stood out here that you liked?
Maybe this Hulk that's right
Maybe
behind
this
you.
Hulk. All right, I'll go back to that camera. There's the Hulk. He's so big though that I can't even get him in my shot. It's just huge. Hang on, Hulk, get in there. Camera one. There he is. Hulk's up in the shot here, but he's just too huge. I can't get him in the shot. All right, so you recognize the Hulk. You're looking for some D&D items. Anything else you have any interest in? Any Star Wars or Star Trek or comic books of that kind?
I'm pretty good on comic books.
Okay, good. Well, Logan, we appreciate you coming by and being our first guest today. If you go up and purchase something before you leave, sit down with us again and show us what you got.
Okay.
Great, thank you very much. That was Logan, our first guest today, who's just walking around the store looking for some D&D items. You never know what you're going to find here at Gods and Monsters. I know he's actually going to find a lot of different D&D items. Now, I just used the mouse and tried to click the button, and it wouldn't let me. Here we go, and here we go, and here we go. It's working. Okay, we're going to stay on that Hulk camera because nobody needs to see me right now. Gav Dave Sheffield says, love the store, always there when over from the UK. We love the UK visitors coming here, and Todd will say the exact same thing, I'm sure. And the next time you're here on your next vacation, please come by. We'd love to have you here. Let's see. It's nice to have the young visitors just come up, and you see him kind of walking a little curious about what's going on here. So he decides to sit down with us, and I like it when somebody's very comfortable on camera and they just want to talk and tell us what's on their mind. He could have just come up and said, you know what, that Dungeons and Dragons movie, I loved it. It was great. You should go see it. No, he had a little bit of an opinion. He's like, it could have been a little better. So yeah, I appreciate it. And of course, in the Superman shirt as well. You gotta love that. I have a couple of people saying, oh yeah, Alita, very cool kid. He was cool and very quite comfortable on camera as well. That was very nice to have him just come up, sit down, and just start talking to me like we've known each other for years. That was Logan, and he's got a cool name too. Logan. A couple other people are walking in right now, and we're welcoming anybody. And maybe if Logan purchases something, he'll come back and sit with us and tell us what he got. Let me adjust Logan's microphone here as we wait for Todd, who's very busy, as we know. He almost sat down with us right when Logan sat down. So he let the customer's always right. He let the customer have a seat and talk with us for a little bit. Let me adjust my microphone here. I'm holding it because if it's down here like this, then I'm in the Hulk camera. Or if I hold it down too far, then I'm going to be in this camera, and I don't need to be in all these different cameras. So I'm just going to sit back and hold it. Eventually I'll set it back down because it'll get heavy after hours of being on the air. And that is the goal, to be hours on the air and to visit with as many people as possible. But it's really, it's not, you can't completely tell from the Hulk camera right now, but it's really busy in the store. There's like the line is to your far left. There's a shelf in the way here, but there's actually lines of people just trying to check out right now. So they're very busy. This isn't the best time to visit with Todd, for sure. We're just gonna let him do his work, but perhaps Anna could come on out here. If she's hearing this live on Facebook right now, perhaps she'll come out and sit with me. Or we'll have her son come out. Actually, he's working the register, working the store now as well. It's going to be difficult for everybody to come and sit with me. All the employees are completely busy right now. What I can't see from this vantage point, however, is what's going on at the vault. It's open. Music's playing in there. Drinks are being served. But for now, it's just I can't reach that point from where I'm sitting right now. But the vault is open to come on over and have a drink. They'd love to have you come on down here, Vault 5421. There's the information down at the bottom of the screen right now at the crawl that's telling you that it's going to be open from now until 1 a.m., featuring themed drinks. Look at me, I'm just reading the crawl. Themed drink specials, cosplay bartenders, happy hours from 3 to 6, and cosplay cage dancing performances from 8 to midnight. Once again on the Hulk Cam, we've got the Gods and Monsters mascot coming into the shot, yes, visiting with customers as they come to the store, taking photos, getting some selfies in, and when you take those selfies, make sure to tag Gods and Monsters in those. We want to see those back on our pages with the hashtag Gods and Monsters, and put that up, and please let us know that your experience here at the store. I just went inside. I love the store. I'm getting lots of comments here popping up on the page. I didn't realize. Oh yeah, he's got a tail. It's like just dragging on the ground right now, waving to the customers right now, to his fans, I guess we could say. I'm so glad I had enough wires to set up camera 3, Hulk camera. It's going to be our most popular camera of the day because it's also letting you see up into the store and all around. I wish you could see up to the top of the ceiling. There's a lot of just beautiful memorabilia that is up. Hanging from the rafters, I guess you could say, from the rafters of Gods and Monsters. As we can perhaps get some people out of line here once they come out of their line and show us what they've purchased, that would be great. We got more people coming in. A lot of people just coming in, heading out to the vault at the back of the store. Here we go. We got a question from Fallon. Any fun and special guests showing up to the event this evening? I heard a couple of rumors about Neil Gaiman, but nothing. Hang on, let me hit see more. Concrete. My group is thinking of heading back after work. This is a great question because Anna did say something to me about that, and we're going to have her confirm that for us or deny it because right now I don't want to say anything on the air that is or is not true. How did you sneak past me? You just sneak past me and walk around the corner joining us now? Hello, Rodney. We were just discussing 8 years ago. Hang on. Rodney Dubay is going to have his own camera. Boom. There he is right there. Hello.
Nice.
Yes. Welcome to the show. Oh, you know what? I'm not too thrilled about the headroom there. I could have done a better job. No, you're good. You're good.
Yeah, let me just squat down.
Well, it's very good to see you. You came in and just, went around?
I just went around that way.
Okay, very good. Maybe we'll just let's take it on the 2 shot. So there we are. That's us right there. Hey, everybody.
Nice.
Welcome to Gods and Monsters.
Very nice.
And we've got the little, thanks to the OBS system.
So is this now, all this stuff, is this the school gear, your gear?
Yeah, this is the gear that I use from the school. We got the cameras and behind me, I didn't have, if you could possibly see between me, I've got the Black Magic boxes behind me because I just didn't have any room. I wanted to sit here and push the buttons, but instead I'm just doing it from the laptop, so I can just do camera 1, camera 2, camera 3. Instead of doing that 1, 2, and 3, here's my monitor and everything. There's just no room.
Say, at work, I got a fancy touchscreen laptop now, so I was like, is that touchscreen?
Yes. Yeah. Actually, you know what? Oh, I forgot. This is touchscreen. This is my daughter. This is my daughter's laptop. I forgot. So I've got camera 1 is the wide shot. Hello, everybody. We're here. Camera 2 is Rodney's camera. Hello, over here. And camera 3 is Hulk Cam, as you can see.
Cam.
Hulk's holding the camera for me today just to see everybody can see what's going on in the store.
OTS Hulk Cam.
So, thank you for saying touchscreen. I totally forgot. I'm borrowing this
I'm
computer from
surprised
home.
that Apple hasn't done that. This is one of the things, like, Apple. I mean, they make great stuff, but there's some things you're like, hey, like,
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why. Is
Bring
there
up
is
speed.
there a reason? They're trying to keep the computers as thin as possible. For some reason,
I guess
touchscreen
so.
makes it thicker. So I was discussing earlier with myself because Greg's not here today. Greg's out on a film shoot. He's shooting a feature film. He's the cinematographer, and it's being shot today and last weekend at Lake Howell High School.
Oh,
It's
nice.
like a shot of like a dance sequence or homecoming, some type of event. So Reese and Riley are actually extras too.
oh, nice.
And they're out shooting that. So Greg is not able to be with us again. I've mentioned this again already, that he's not able to be with us here today. Rodney, however, was here 8 years ago at
on the first one.
grand opening show. I was discussing that earlier. It's hard to believe that this was 8 years ago.
Well, that was the big one.
It was very big. Yes,
the big place.
the ribbon cutting, the grand opening. We met so many people that day. I mean, we were broadcast for like 8 hours. I know we were there till like 1 in the morning
It
the
was a
night
bit of a
before.
marathon.
Yeah, we were there the night before. So you walked in, you kind of looked around. Anything you're interested in?
Well, I mean, I've got my own collection. The only thing, every time I look around, I think Todd had to do a consulting business and had to display it at someone's house. That's
Very
the way to
true.
do it. That's the way to do it.
I'm just scrolling through I'm getting messages from people. Fallon is watching. Gus James is watching. Hello, Gus.
Hello, Gus James.
Yes. Alita was saying, nice to meet. Oh, she met somebody that we were talking about earlier. Very good. So we're having people pop up some questions. Maybe they can ask Todd later. So, yes, you've got your own collection at home, of course. But is there anything here today you'd like to add to the collection?
No. I'm thinking the other way around. I'm calling up Todd. Hey, Todd.
You want this? Yeah, I
What's
actually
this
put a
up?
whole big Tupperware bin together of everything I've ever owned X-Files, which is all 9 seasons DVD box sets, all the
Oh,
time.
I thought you were talking about
all
the action figures. You
No,
see-
no, I'm keeping the action figures.
No. But here, you could explain this to me because I happen to have it. I bought it as a joke because I thought it was just very funny. There's an X-Files character that they made an action figure of. Again, a guy in a suit.
Yep.
And he's bald with a mustache.
Bald with a mustache.
Yeah.
Oh, no, Skinner. Skinner didn't have a mustache. I don't know.
Do you know what character that would be?
No, bald with a mustache.
Yeah.
And it was an X-Files character. This is terrible because I don't recall a recurring character bald with a mustache.
I don't know, but he looks
Well,
like-
you know what? Bald with a goatee was their boss.
No, he was bald, but he didn't have a goatee. But they made the figure with a mustache, and I said to myself, "Wow, this is finally I get to do action figure theater with Dr. Phil."
Okay, so definitely the mustache.
He looks
not
like
the-
Dr. Phil. It's
Very-
like Dr. Phil,
I don't
with
know.
Dr. Phil action.
Yeah, he talks to the aliens and asks them about their problems. You know,
okay.
Where's your father?
Yeah.
That's funny.
Nobody likes you. I just want you to know.
Hey, go back to your
Go
planet.
back to your mama's house.
No, I'm very curious to know who that character is. Maybe if somebody here is watching at home could tell me the name of that. Hey, Art and Rodney, what would be your tough cowboy names? This is coming
Tough
from Mackie
cowboy
Palmer.
name.
What would be our tough cowboy names? Some sort of
It's-
name, but then like with a city in there too, like Austin Art. You know, but
Oh, yeah,
something,
yeah.
something.
Yeah, there's always be some like, Rowdy Rodney and all that other
Oh,
fun
Rowdy
stuff.
Rodney. That one's sort of taken. Rowdy
Yeah.
Piper.
Oh, that
but yes,
stuff, yeah.
cowboy. I'm gonna have to think about that for a little
that's
bit.
a
I'll
good
come
one.
up with something more clever than that, Mackie. Thank you for asking. That's Mackie Palmer.
So
asking
hi,
questions.
Maggie. So how many people are watching? Is it just like?
It's hard for me to tell right now.
I'm always curious.
Maybe if I went.
got the loyalty here.
Let me go back to the original Facebook page here and see if it tells me who's currently logged in right now. Well, I just started 10 reactions, 20 comments, only 4 viewers right now. We started.
All right, hello, 4 viewers.
We started 28 minutes ago. Actually, I did a 10-minute countdown, so we've done
That 4
38.
viewers includes you and I, so that's 2.
Yeah, that's true. Now, see, the reason I did it today on Facebook rather than our YouTube page is because they have thousands of people on their Facebook page. Hopefully, they got the message that we are live. All right, let me bring that back down. So, yes, I was trying to think
I
of...
love it how I'm dressed for this occasion. I'm wearing cargo shorts. I
Yes.
should at least wearing pants.
No, that's all right. You're wearing the cargo
It
shorts
is
and the
Florida,
all black.
though. I mean, June in Florida is 95 degrees.
Yeah. Just before I came here from Castleberry, and it poured. It just dumped on us, and all of a sudden, I said, "Alexa, what's the temperature?" It said it went down to 69.
Oh yeah.
And then as soon as the sun came out, it went
Yeah.
right
Oh,
back
yeah.
up again.
Yeah.
Right back up. So it sounds like you're not here to. Oh, I was saying earlier. So I've got a whole Tupperware container of all my X-Files, all the DVD seasons, all 9 seasons, every magazine cover they were ever on in the 90s, Rolling Stone,
Right.
and the TV guides. I kept all of those. And the whole bin is full. I'm trying to think of what other items I have. I've kept the pop characters and I've kept the action figures, but who is the mustached man from the
I
X-Files?
don't know. I mean, I just like I said, I have the
was
figure.
was he white or black?
He was a white man.
Okay, because there was
He was a Caucasian gentleman.
X had a mustache. Maybe his was a goatee.
I don't
also.
know. I'd have to. I'd have to do some
look that
digging
up.
on it.
But you held on to it, yes.
Because he looked like Dr. Phil.
And it was an X-Files.
Well, I think he was an X-Files character. I don't know, but he looked like Dr. Phil, and I'm like, there's not many action figures that look like Dr. Phil.
Perhaps Dr. Phil did an episode of the
Right.
X-Files, and they decided
Right.
to do an action figure for him. Do you know who made that action figure? What company was it? Was that? I don't remember who that was.
I'd sincerely have to go look them all up.
'Cause
I have a friend of mine that she's, my friend Courtney. She's like, literally, she's in like there's a Facebook group. There's a Facebook group for anything, obviously.
Of course.
But she's in a Facebook group for just missing parts of toys.
Not just Star Wars figures. You're talking about
We're
any
talking
kind of
like
toys.
we're talking Masters of the Universe, all stuff that G.I. Joe, anything. I mean, and people put up some like, what is this to? And she'll be like, oh, that's from that's from the something play set of something mask, something like that.
What's something you have at home, an action figure, and you're missing parts from? Like I think I lost like one of my snakes from Yoda, the Yoda action figure, or the robe that he wore. I think for some reason the robe just disintegrated over time or something.
Well, I do have a tiny story about losing something.
Yes.
I'm one of the, I won't say rare, but I'll say uncommon nowadays, of an original owner to the Star Wars Early Bird set.
Yes, and I recall at a time when you and I were both at Fox 35 together, you brought out the set when there was a display for the morning
Yes,
show. And
I
you,
actually
are you,
have-
Are you telling me you've lost that?
No,
okay. Okay.
No, because it's worth a lot of money.
Yes.
I mean, I just thankfully had it. No, what happened was around that time in the 70s. So, let's see. This is how it kind of worked out. For those who are wondering what the life was like back then, you go to the store was Corvette. It was called Corvette's in Nanuet, New York.
Oh, okay.
It was a Target kind of place.
All right.
It's a simple department store. They competed. They were the same as Target, Kmart, you name them. All, same idea. So went in there, bought the envelope. One day there's going to be these 4 figures. Mm-hmm. You mail it away at Christmas time. There's no tracking number. This is before any UPS tracking number.
Just trusting the Postal Service.
Oh, absolutely.
What year would this? Would this be 77?
This is 1977 to 78.
Movie comes out in the summer.
Right. I
Christmas.
I saw it in September of 77 when it was held over.
Yes.
So I think I even saw like it was technically a dollar theater because I saw the original mono one.
Oh, I bet that print was beat to hell by the time it was around that second time.
Again, you're looking at like you and I are in the same age bracket of where what was cool, $6 Million Man, and it was all cheap stuff, and when you finally see this thing, you're like, oh my goodness.
Yeah, it's amazing.
And it was just, it is what it is. So anyway, so the first 3 figures I got post 4, the first 4 was Han Solo.
Yes.
I have a small-headed Han Solo. Darth Vader. I think
Luke Skywalker?
Nope, no, that came with the Early Bird, which mine was not a double telescoping lightsaber. I had the original wick. I had the I call it the candle wick.
The one that slides up the arm?
Yeah, the candle, but it had the candlestick looking wick on the thing. Because everyone's like, because I got into
didn't make any sense. To
I
me.
got into an argument with somebody on Facebook because some dude's like, no, they're okay with double telescope. I'm like, no, they didn't. I remembered specifically, and I still have it. It didn't have it. Because I would have remembered that.
I never understood though. What was the purpose of that? It was slide up the arm, but what was with the tiny little tip?
It was
before
so
the big
that
tip?
you can, you can just, you can cut through someone's body.
Okay,
That was
okay,
the
all
idea
right,
of it.
all right.
But then again, as kids, you're like, you take your teeth, you bite
Just
it off.
clip this thing off
No,
here.
you just,
No. Right.
like one day it's a cigar chomping dude.
Like it looks like the piece of what would come off like a model when you have to take apart a model like a battleship or whatever.
Yeah.
You have to twist it off and you're like, well, what's that?
yeah, wait.
I'm just gonna bite that off.
Exactly.
Yep.
Exactly.
No,
So
I got the tips on all mine.
It made no sense. So, but mine doesn't have the I still have everything, but the R2 from that set I had to replace because I buried it in a yard.
Right. And
so, but I did
buried him like he's gone, or
Yeah, he's
gone.
gone.
Oh yeah.
But I did replace him with a 79 21 back.
Okay. Did he turn
So-
green like mine did?
No.
The head
No.
would just start to get greenish.
No, what happened? Well, I'll go back. We finished the one story, but the Han Solo. So anyway, we were visiting my grandmother in New York City.
Mm-hmm.
So of course, I'm all excited. I'm going to bring my figures with me whenever I can. I have it in, a windbreaker in a pocket, and for whatever reason,
Oh God.
I lost Han Solo's blaster. And that was the demarcation line of when you're
Yeah.
a kid, how you wreck your toys and you don't wreck your toys.
Yep.
And I was super upset about
You
that.
could put that little blaster in a bag full of blasters, and you could dump it out and be like, "It's that one." Like you knew which one was the Han Solo
and
blaster.
the thing is too, like I've bought things over the years. I've still got my Vader case,
Sure.
with all of my original stuff. I keep that always separated from anything I buy or purchase from that.
You never want to accidentally. You're right.
I don't want to mix and match anything. And then on top of that, I use those as guides to know that, okay, this is a real one. When someone goes, real blaster, I'm like, let me take a look. Nah, no, it's not. But
One of the things that our parents' generation would do was, of course, baseball cards. Chew the gum, throw out the cards. I hear stories like that. Our generation, it was get the action figures, rip them out of the case, throw the case away. So you got into something not that long ago, years ago, about recreating the cases. Case is not the right word.
well, the card back.
The card
Yeah,
back.
I'm not
on
the,
on
yeah,
the-
I'm not the only one who's
right.
done it.
But
there-
you've had a lot of enjoyment in recreating some of those
Yeah.
and improving on some of them.
Well, the thing is that there are what kind of started was one day I got a what is called a reproduction card, and it wasn't that great. And one thing I actually like about it, it's not that great. I kind of have an appreciation like, well, they tried, or this is not good at all, but I like for what it was, so I'm not going to be negative on it. Somebody put some effort in time or
Right.
just tried to rip me off, and I'm okay. Okay,
All right.
put some effort in. So, but I know Photoshop and Adobe Illustrator.
And
In
you've
fact,
had some fun with it, though. haven't
well,
you?
with learning Adobe Illustrator, I've created a whole new swear language given towards that, trying to learn how that works.
Well,
And
how
I
many of
find-
the what'd you call them? Backs?
They're called card backs.
Card backs. How many different card backs have you created or recreated?
I was
It's a
thinking
lot.
about that. I was really thinking about that myself. I think I've done probably about 30 of them.
And you've gone back and found some of, to the best of your ability, some of the original photos that were on the card backs.
What I've done is I have learned who was the set photographer. Hunted down anything of just maybe that guy's grandkids. Oh, my grandfather has
Right.
worked on Star Wars, and this was his pictures, and what do you know? There it is. This is one of my things. I look for a lot of books that have
photos.
images and stuff in them, and I buy used ones because I hate to tell you this, I tear them apart.
Yeah.
I take razor blades to them, and I actually take really nice books, and I cut them apart so that they're easy to scan on a flatbed scanner. And so basically what I'm doing is I'm just resourcing as best I can the original image, and then either rebuilding it all the way around or replicating it. Now, granted, there are other guys out there who've got either connections to what they're called proofs,
Yeah.
and either they somehow have done that or they're really good creative wizards at it themselves. But I'm even going back to even rebuilding the logo, because the logo itself is really, it's all hand done.
And the logo
it's-
also had the silver thing that went all
right,
the way around
and it's
as
really
well.
technically it's kind of wonky, because when you
Right.
really try and trace it out and try and do all the stuff, you're like, none of this lines up. But
And these weren't
but that's-
solid colors either. There was like a little gradient or something around.
What they did was, how the best way to what they created multiple masks. So how it's kind of done, it works like this. We're so used to Photoshop, and actually I know you teach
Sure.
it. So, and the difference between Photoshop and Illustrator is this: how it operates. Photoshop, each piece of your image is a layer.
Correct.
Adobe Illustrator, you can have a star, a square, a box, whatever you want. A layer in Adobe Illustrator is technically an organization tool. All these items are on one layer.
Okay.
So if you're going to do something new or you want to stack things up,
You don't have to start a new layer.
you don't.
Right.
Because in that layer, it creates technically sub-layers, and that sub-layers is
I
like
gotcha.
this long.
Can you open and close that sub-layer tab so you don't
Yeah.
have to see everything?
Yeah.
Yeah. 'Cause that'd be crazy
So
after a while.
what they were doing in the day was this: they would get a slide from Lucasfilm.
Mm-hmm.
They would then somehow, some way, develop that slide into either a piece of positive, like a photograph.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna take a giant leap at this because I don't know specifically of how they did it, but probably from there they would take some animation, cellophane, the transparency film, as you kind of remember from like we were in school,
Yeah,
from the
yeah,
overhead thing, and then airbrush the artwork on it.
Oh, jeez.
It's all hand airbrushed.
So much work.
Right. I mean, we're looking there. They were building like you if you look at the Cloud City guard,
Yes.
that whole thing, it's like his whole background is technically, that's not the set. They go in, they built, or Bosk is actually that one. And they basically cut his image out by hand with a razor, and somebody went and painted the background. In fact, I could show you show you on my phone, the Chewbacca card back. The original one, or the ones that was like Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi, the one where he's in front of the Millennium Falcon.
I remember you showing me the Chewbacca one.
Yeah, where it's just they literally painted the whole thing on there.
Jeez.
So, and that's some wonderful artist who's doing all that work, and hats off to that gentleman or
Right,
lady or
right.
person, and God love him. So, and it makes it the character of what it is. So, in some ways, there's things you can do with Photoshop, and you can either clean the thing up,
Sure.
or
Start from
you
scratch.
you
if
can
want.
take pieces and actually you can build things together. Like, for example, again, let me go back to the Chewbacca picture and the Han Solo card back. Those were both the picture was taken by a guy named John Jay. John Jay was the set photographer on Star Wars.
J-A-Y?
John Jay.
Okay.
So he did all the stuff that we know of, like the stuff on the Topps cards. All those images on the top cards, that's John Jay.
I've got those.
So
at
he
home.
did all that stuff. So the shot of Han Solo on the Falcon, and also there was the one where it's like him and Chewbacca, and they're together in
The shooting pose.
The shooting
Yeah,
pose.
yeah, yeah.
Well, the shooting pose is technically Chewbacca's card. That's his part.
Okay. But,
But-
this is what they moved Han Solo out of the shot.
They got him out of the shot, and then on top of that, they needed to extend up what they were doing. So they then painted it in. Well, there's another picture that John Jay took further back on the same day. He basically put a wide-angle lens on his camera, and he backed up, and he had all these stormtroopers underneath.
Jeez.
So then, so what I did was, for fun, I took the elements of that stormtrooper shot. I took the Chewbacca one, and I even took the Han Solo one, and I rebuilt the whole Millennium Falcon with his photography into one composite. So it's technically more original than what the Kenner guys did, but what the Kenner guys did is classic.
Oh,
I
yeah.
would never knock at that ever.
Now that you've done the card backs, have you had any interest or thought in your head to start doing the Topps cards?
Well,
Oh,
the
geez.
answer is technically yes.
I mean, how many Topps cards just
Well-
from Star Wars were there? I mean,
Well-
the stack, I remember,
Yeah, one thing I had thought about, and I'll
which
yeah,
I think they may have a set here somewhere. for
at
sale.
some point I'll probably I'll come up with something. But yeah,
Some of those were just straight from the film. Sometimes,
yeah,
and they weren't professionally done photos. They were actually stills from the movie,
right.
which you could.
But a
really
lot,
clean up.
but a lot of stuff is behind the scenes things, and so I made like a what is it, the R5? There's
the red.
No, the I can't remember which one it was, or R3. There's one with the white dome, and it has got it's got green lines on it. It got covered over by that Rontour thing in the special edition. It goes right by the camera in the front.
Right, I know you're talking about.
Well,
It got
there's
covered over.
there's some guys who've a guy named Stan Solo. I think he's out of England, and he made a factory made version of it, and it's amazing. The stuff this guy does is amazing. So, but I made a card back from that, and I made it from the script supervisor. Her Polaroid. She actually has a full shot of the R2 unit.
The Polaroid?
Yeah, from the Polaroid. I found the Polaroid online.
Oh, look at me with my remote. I think the camera got bumped.
Yeah, it's all right.
And so I just backed it up. Now I'm not cutting your head off anymore.
Yeah,
Now
there you
I'm
go.
in your shot. Oh, I hate
Widen out
that.
the shot.
I don't want to be in your shot. It should be your own private shot. Hi.
I know, it's all right.
All right, so now I think it just must have gotten bumped or something. But yeah, please continue.
So
Polaroid.
Yeah, so that's what I did. But then I just did this one. I'll show you this one. I just did on the phone.
Here, you pull that up on your phone. I'm gonna.
Take me a
sorry,
moment here.
it's-
You're gonna
I
relocate.
am.
it.
I'm gonna fix it. It's bugging me. Plus, I've been sitting for 2 hours already. All right, Rodney's gonna pull up a picture for us to see.
Yeah, I'm pulling up pictures, people.
All right, we're gonna adjust the camera.
You gonna?
May have been slightly bumped. Yes.
Oh, there it is. Wait, remind me.
See me. And now hopefully nobody will be any taller than you. Love it. Now I'm not gonna clumsily walk into that shot. No, yes I am.
Doesn't matter.
Say I'll go to a
We're
different
out- we're
camera
here.
angle, but I'm clumsily in every camera angle right now. Okay. Rodney's camera angle is back. Let's go to Hulk real quick here while I
Go to
swing my
Hulk
leg
cam.
over and take this whole
Hulk
table
cam.
out. Okay. All right, so you've got a shot for me to look at here. Oh, yeah, point it towards there. At least we can see. Yes,
That was never made. So
that was never made.
that was never made. I always loved that image. So this one's actually is a composite of David Prowse autograph picture.
Ah,
One was a little wider, one was a little thing, one was a little that. Just put them in Photoshop, little this, little that, and there you go.
let me look at that for a second. I love the blue in the background.
Oh, it was
behind
just
him.
it was on the storybook.
Would that be carbon freeze behind him, perhaps?
Well, that was in the chamber, obviously, but this was the image on the storybook, and that was one of the. I remember getting that in 5th grade. I still have mine.
Wow,
I know. I should get rid of these things at some
When
point.
we were kids, we had no chance of successfully peeling the backs off those things clean.
No.
There was no way.
No.
We didn't have the patience, but we also it didn't cross our minds. Did you keep any of those?
I have, and the only reason why I kept them was I don't even know why I even kept them. I just kept them. But I have, and it turns out, it's now worth a bunch of money. I mean,
original card backs?
Well, I have my Boba Fett with the gun and the card back. The card back alone is worth $300.
Wow.
And that's on eBay.
And the rocket that actually came out. No, just
No,
kidding.
yeah, that
Just
no,
kidding.
they,
that
yeah,
never
I
happened.
wanted that, but
Yeah, no.
those Battlestar Galactica kids. I'm gonna play it like, what am I doing?
Nope. So they were like, "That's it. Can't have the
You
rocket.
can't put a Viper in your eyeball.
Prototype only." Come on in. Welcome.
in.
People are
Come
coming
on
in throughout the
Come on
store.
in.
No, that's quite
It's
all
all
right.
right.
We're live here. We're
part
just
of
letting
it.
people visit the store. No, exactly. That's what we're purposely doing. We
Right.
want people to come walking through the show.
Yeah, we only put you
You're
on the internet.
live.
That's
on,
all.
Live on Gods and Monsters Facebook page.
Yeah.
Let's look, here's a
Really
quick
live
shot
on
of
the
the
internet.
Hulk cam. We'll leave that up there as we continue our discussion. Actually, you're in the Hulk cam shot. Look at you.
I am.
See, look at that. I like that.
I'm just leaning into
No,
it.
I kind of like that. That's good.
Yeah, no, I have. Let's see. The ones I have are the figures. I've got Han Solo Hoth. I've got these are the ones that I have from a childhood. The FX7, the medical droid. The R2D2 Star Wars card back from the 21 back,
The R2D2 Star Wars. Okay.
and what else? That. What other ones? I have. It's all falling apart. My Imperial Snow Trooper, which I always loved that figure. I always thought, even to this
The
day,
Snow Trooper?
Yeah, that thing,
Action figure?
Oh yeah,
I think I have two of them.
When that thing came out, we were like, "That's so cool."
Because I got the snow troopers, but then I
you
also
got
got
the
the
AT-AT.
I got the AT-AT.
Now,
I have three things from
Did the
Hoth.
girls didn't destroy the AT-AT?
No. It's still nicely preserved, and I would love to have it in a case one day at the house. But I have the AT-AT. I had the turret, and what was that? Turret and
Oh, the Probot set.
Turret and Probot
I always
set,
wanted that. I
and
have
then
it
the
now.
other Imperial set. So
Yeah,
I
the
had
Imperial
three,
base.
So I had kind
The
of
Snow
three
base.
things from Hoth. I guess 77, 6 years old. But 1980, then it was just like,
No,
oh,
it was
the
on
Empire
from
stuff.
there.
Did you have
At
more
the-
Empire stuff than Star Wars?
No, I mean, pretty much I got as much as I kind of relatively could in the time. Because, again, my thinking was, as a kid, was to complete the early bird set.
Right.
So I don't have a vinyl Jawa. I've got a cloth Jawa.
No vinyl Jawa. Okay, I got you.
For some reason, and this has happened the last few years, I don't know how this happened. I lost the Jawa blaster. I'm like, how that happened? And I also lost the Princess Leia original one with the, with the early birds. I don't know how that even happened.
Was she wearing the white outfit?
Yeah, it was all the white one. Yeah,
Was that her cape? Was that the plastic cape?
yeah, all the vinyl
Yeah,
stuff.
I know. What do you-
So, yeah. So that was the goal, was to complete it out. So I had all of those, and then Empire came out again. My family would never take me to movies, so I'm like, I want to go see,
Right.
The Empire Strikes Back. I want to go.
You got to see it with friends because it's not a family
No,
thing.
I just no. We were the thing was, again, I kept seeing all the Burger King commercials for it. Get the glasses.
Get the glasses.
In
Yep.
theaters now.
We got the
And
Empire. We got a couple of the Empire glasses.
So I saw The Empire Strikes Back in Stroudsburg, Pennsylvania. And I've got a tiny story I'll add just
All
in a
right.
moment to that. But anyway, so, but then from there, and I didn't, the summer's ticking on. I'm begging almost every other day. Can we go see this movie? Whatever.
I know because you'd already seen the first movie maybe twice.
This is how my family was. So, if you saw the movie, why do you want to see it again?
I know.
You see it
I
around.
know people don't
They're like, why do you
get
want to see
that.
it? You saw the movie.
I know.
So
People
it was
don't
one
get
of
that.
those things. I'm like, you don't understand.
No,
It's like
you
a
don't.
blitzkrieg of this stuff.
And for you to have to wait for Empire.
Oh.
I mean, we're sitting here how fast 8 years went
Well,
by
we didn't
here.
even
but
know
we
there
were
was-
kids.
No, we didn't even know
there was going to be a.
No, we didn't. We just thought
Yeah.
it was just Star Wars.
There
That
was no
the end of it.
EmpireStrikesBack.com
No,
that we
no,
knew about. Yeah.
no.
So and 3 years was an
Well,
eternity.
I read the Marvel. I still have it. Still, my Marvel Comics
Oh.
paperback adaptation of it.
Star Wars, Marvel. Yeah.
Right, and it was illustrated by the amazing Al Williamson,
Hmm.
and actually now IDW's got the full art books of these things.
Yeah, like the oversized ones.
Yeah,
Yes.
I want that, but it's like 150, 200 bucks.
Yeah, I
You're
know.
like, yeah, okay.
And where are you going to keep it? and
Yeah.
Who's going to
So,
fly
but
it,
I
kid?
would because again, for me, I love drawing and artwork. To me, it's like seeing how it's done. You're like, oh, okay, But anyway, so yes, we didn't even know there was going to be an Empire Strikes
No,
Back. So
we had
never,
no
we didn't
idea.
even know. So, but anyway, so I finally get to see it in Stroudsburg, Pennsylvania, and again, we were there, and it was that whole thing with Han Solo being put in carbonite. I was just like,
Oh God, yeah. I didn't
and
know.
then Luke's hand getting cut off.
I
was
recall.
like,
I recall holding my
what?
breath, waiting for Lando to say he's alive in a perfect hibernation. Because back then I didn't know. I was like, oh, he could be dead.
Oh,
We don't know. And then I was like, he's alive. Oh, in
I-
perfect hibernation. Okay.
I just couldn't believe it. I
relief.
couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. But anyway, but then again, I always wanted to have it like I do have one, but I always wanted the die-cast Millennium Falcon. But my dad cut one out of me out of plywood with a jigsaw. It's just the shape.
Really? Yeah.
So I could fly something around.
Well, that's cool.
And then it just was the shape. It wasn't. It was no detail on it. But here's the most interesting little tidbit to all this stuff. So at Star Wars Celebration, I got a chance to meet Ben Burtt, and
Yeah.
so
he had a booth.
he had a booth. I was like the last guy in line because I was fortunate enough to have a media pass.
And was this the first time Celebration was in Orlando?
Yeah, I think it was
Yeah.
either the first one or the
Yeah,
second. It was
that was
one of the,
that was before Lucas announced he was selling to
yeah.
to
So this was
Disney.
this thing was a big
yeah.
deal.
Yeah.
So the fact that they were all there, and so, but anyway, so I go to since I had a media pass, I didn't want to be cutting anyone off.
I know.
and,
So you waited till the end.
I
to be
waited
his
to be the last dude.
Right.
So I go up to him, and he and I start talking about the ARP 2600 synthesizer because another hobby of mine is synthesizers. And so I kind of goad him on. I'm like, hey, did you use a vocoder? This is before everybody knew they used the ARP 2600. I knew, but again, the question I have on that thing is, there's no mic input, and to my knowledge, I looked at the panel. "Oh no, there is." And him, I totally
Okay.
believed. I'm
So
like,
he knew it right away.
yeah, he goes, I just went to the side, and he's like, so I'm sitting there going,
Oh, it was on the side. Maybe.
well,
you're thinking?
it's on the side of the panel. I mean, basically, what they came up with in the day was the original synthesizers were the size of a refrigerator, and ARP finally made one. The company ARP made one that was like the size of a suitcase. So it was a big deal that it was small.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, so he starts going, so here I am, I put the mic in, and I'm like, "Boo-doo, beep, boop, boop." He's sitting there doing the impression in front of me. You're
Yeah.
like,
And some of his actual voice showed up in some of the films, right?
so, but then there was this thing I had to ask him. I said, listen, I heard this story, and I'm like, I want to know if it's true or not.
Mm-hmm.
But I had heard that he discovered the blaster sound, which, of course, in the making of The Empire Strikes Back,
The
shows
wrench
it-
against the metal.
right in the middle of the desert, in the California desert,
Right.
him, collecting sounds. That he discovered it in the Poconos, Pennsylvania. Now, Stroudsburg, the Poconos is part of like a mountain area, in Pennsylvania. People vacation. We used to vacation there.
Okay.
It's a family. That's why my summers I was spent in Pennsylvania. So I asked him, I said, so, is this true? And he goes, yeah. I said, where? He goes, Stroudsburg. I'm like,
And then you said, "Oh,
I was like, really? I said, where? He goes, well, there's a radio tower. I'm like, which one? He goes, oh, no, I'm not telling you.
because then there'll be kids."
Because
out
we
there.
all know.
Making their own
all
sound
know there's going
effects.
to be this giant line of
and
people.
quite
with two-
possibly still there.
Right. It would be the scene at an airplane. People with wrenches
Right.
waiting in line. A guy with a 2x4. Boom.
Nowadays, they'd be out there with their phone and they're
Right,
banging, trying to
right,
get their
the phone out there.
recordings. And, now, I feel like
On this spot.
we have actual footage of him doing that. That's in the DVD extras.
Well, it's in the making of. and
right,
it's,
but he
you
didn't
know,
specifically say where it was.
No.
On the DVD extras.
I
But
thought-
at least
yeah.
you got it narrowed down to a city.
Well, here's what he told me. What happened was he was hiking around up in the mountains with his dad because he was from that area. And so his dad's backpack went under the guide wire and got snagged and went ding.
Oh,
And he
happened
went
by mistake.
And he goes, oh, that's right, because a lot of times things in the 30s for sound effects they would take thin sheets of metal and they would
For thunder and
lightning
sounds, yeah.
sounds. And so he goes, oh, that's right. Hey Dad, I'm working on this crazy space movie. I get back to LA. I gotta I just think he just remembered it. It's like that's not a bad idea. I should go do that, and that's what he did.
And he's got an Oscar for show
And
for
he
it.
got-
Yeah.
for just hitting a little wrench on a guide wire. Give me an Oscar. Bing, Oscar, please. So, it's as simple as
Oh,
that.
that's great.
Oh yeah.
So, of course, our love for Star Wars is obvious here at Gods and Monsters, and there's plenty of
Oh.
Star Wars items here.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, that sign up there, Star Wars Battlefront, PlayStation 4. I was just playing it again this week because I'm on summer vacation.
Is that
It's
Boba
just
Fett?
so much
The
fun.
Boba Fett gun is like $400.
What are we looking at here?
The Boba Fett pistol thing.
The Boba Fett pistol. Is that what it says? 400? I gotta.
It's signed. That's why. Hold on, it's signed.
It's signed by
Yeah, Jeremy Bullock.
Okay, very good.
All right, it's signed. All
Very
right.
good.
I thought just it alone, I'm like, man, things are
so,
going on.
it's a little early to ask because the movie just came out yesterday. But have you seen The Flash yet?
No, I haven't.
Todd saw it 3 weeks ago at an advanced screening. I saw it yesterday, and good.
How was it?
We won't discuss it too
Well,
much.
no. But I'm just saying. But
Michael Keaton.
I know
man.
that's
It's
the
just
reason why I'm
freaking
watching.
Michael
The rest
Keaton.
I don't care.
But
about.
there are so many little Easter eggs in there that you're just like,
heard it's
oh
like-
yeah, but you don't want to.
I
Well,
heard
of course, we won't give away anything.
No,
but
I
I don't
heard
want
there's,
to.
There's all kinds of like Superman ones and.
Yeah, there's a moment where you start to see worlds colliding, and you see them off in the distance, and they let you see the images of certain people.
Right.
I don't want to give away who. There's even a surprise one in there that I was
Yeah.
like, yeah. Tim Burton's smiling right now somewhere. Let's just say.
To me, I don't know why they don't. He doesn't just. I personally don't have a problem with Ben Affleck being a Batman.
No,
I don't have a problem
no
with
problem
these. I don't have a problem with these multiple types of Batmans. Like I would say, just every year a different guy plays them.
I think people complaining online about this Batman or that Superman, that's
would-
old, man. It's just
I would
old.
rather. I mean, to me, I would love to see Michael Keaton just in a movie done by
Yeah,
Tim Burton.
It was
with-
great to see him again in this character. He's
Yeah.
right now currently doing Beetlejuice.
Well,
so
what they,
everything
what
that's
they
old
could
is new
do
again.
What they could do if they wanted to do another Batman sequel, and you really want to get deep into some of the old behind the scenes lore, and it would totally work because the actor I bring up, you're like, oh yeah, is you bring back Horst Keaton and Tim Burton and Danny Elfman, and the villain be the Joker, whoever,
Sure.
and they can come up with some kind
Whoever.
of deal. And it'd be William Dafoe, because he was originally supposed to play the Joker, and then they got Jack Nicholson.
during the Michael Keaton Batman.
Right.
Yeah, which would have been fantastic.
Oh, but you know,
but when you get Nicholson, you gotta go.
yeah,
with
but I
that.
mean, but still, if you even got William Dafoe playing
Oh,
him now,
yeah, I know.
it would be good.
Yeah.
It would be pretty good.
William Dafoe's all in the universe, in the Aquaman movie, and then the Goblin, of course, in another universe, and so yeah, I bet he wouldn't turn that down.
No,
But there was
yeah,
just
he knows the check
yes,
will clear.
Alita. I'm sorry. Yeah, no spoilers on the Flash.
Yeah,
I just want to say
I haven't
I
seen
loved
it.
it.
I mean,
I saw it. It's just great to see Michael Keaton in it again. Of course, if you've seen the trailer, you know he's in it. But very satisfying. And as always, stick to the end. You know, stay for the credits. Or
Oh, so they have an ending
actually, no. I
credits,
take
right?
that back. I think there was like a short little credit, and then something came up. So they don't do the wait all the way to the end
No,
thing
it's the
like
very
Marvel
thing.
does. But still, it was great to just hear the music cues again.
Yeah.
And just to see Michael Keaton, it was fantastic. I say great job all around, and you should be very happy. But no spoilers on the other things that popped up in there. But after the show, I got to tell you about one or two that was
You
just
can-
like.
you could tell me all you want. I
I won't on the air.
I kind of generally didn't even know. I mean, I went ahead and spoiled myself in the Indiana Jones movie.
I've stuck to just the trailer.
I still plan on seeing it regardless. I'm just one of these.
course.
I'm one of these. To me, I'm like,
You have to
I don't
see it
mind not
through.
knowing what's going to happen.
Oh.
But it just to me, I just wanted to see it because again, I'll just I want to see.
Here's a
him.
discussion on a thread I saw now that the movie's out, and on Disney Plus you can see all 4 Indiana Jones movies plus Young Indiana Jones. Now, they have taken out
the old man.
old man, eye
Right.
patch,
Gary,
old man
what's
Indiana
his
Jones.
name?
I forgot his name,
Yeah,
but
Glenn or
he
something.
was
Something
he was
like
like 70 something, 72 or 75 years old at that time. Why not?
I've said it before.
Just get Harrison Ford
Harrison
to do
Ford
it.
and have
He's
the-
80 years old.
Right.
Have him do all of those scenes that
All
were
those
cut out
scenes
because
again.
they weren't happy with old man Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
Was the thought, you know what? This guy will kind of look like Harrison Ford when he's 80. Wow. Not even.
They could have. It's funny. There's a picture. I've seen a picture of Harrison Ford and his father, his real father, and that's where he takes a lot of his looks from. His
Oh, okay.
actual father. His father lived like 92.
Yeah.
So Harrison's still got a few years to go.
So they took all those scenes out. I remember loving Indiana Jones. Sometimes some episodes, but overall I loved it, and it's. I haven't watched it on Disney Plus yet, but how cool would that be to now see that on Disney Plus with Harrison Ford?
I say do it.
Do it. I mean,
I say
why?
do it.
Why
Why
not?
not?
He did one episode. Do you remember that one?
Oh,
he,
yeah,
he
the-
did the
the-
blues
the
episode,
blues.
the jazz with the horn and the snow falling and the. Listen,
Well, one thing.
it
Okay,
was
here.
just great.
All right.
That was 50-year-old Harrison Ford, by
One
the
thing
way.
I don't understand about and I there's a logical explanation to it. One, it's the character and it's
Sure.
iconic. How dare
Sure.
you? We'll get that part out of the way. And the other explanation is Einstein wore the same clothes also. But don't you think probably like he would have just a different shirt or something? Not saying he's got to be wearing like a Hawaiian shirt or
Yeah.
anything like that. But just
What year is it going to be now? In this
Or
movie?
even just maybe
Are we in
just
the 60s now?
slight- Yeah, I mean, you can go the same color schemes.
I think
You could
if we
see him
saw him
complimentary
though,
cut, you
in
know?
new
But
we
you always-
like
you
we
always-
like our Indiana Jones to be from the 1940s, don't
Well,
we?
No,
The
no,
30s
no,
and
no.
40s.
Yeah, he's been wearing the same outfit that we know of since 1935 because Temple of Doom is a prequel.
That's true. He'll put on a good suit when he's a professor at school,
Right.
But and was it the bow tie or his dad did that? Did he
His
do
dad did the bow tie,
Okay,
but then
okay.
for some reason he was wearing a necktie in Last Crusade. I
Yeah.
never liked the necktie look.
Yeah, I don't remember. Oh, when they went to the dinner.
Well, no, when they went, he wore the board. That's actually, you're right. He had a bow tie in Temple of. He had the James Bond, the Casablanca James Bond tuxedo. Then he had the bow tie, and he didn't shave, and he's like, Shorty, where's my razor? Whatever. All right. So then, and then he had the regular tie on, whatchamacallit.
The third one.
The third one, yeah. And then,
So what you're saying is they didn't decide to update the wardrobe as we get into the 60s now.
I just think they should have updated just a touch. I mean, of course you're keeping the jacket. Of course you're keeping the hat, the satchel. all these things. I just think you could go with maybe, I don't know, like a I don't know, some just a slightly different color tone, same type of shirt.
Yeah.
Maybe like
Yeah.
make like an olive-ish green or I don't know. Just give it a bit of updating. That's all I'm saying.
whether we loved or hated the fourth movie, we're going
I
to the
actually don't
theater to
mind
see the
it.
fifth one.
I don't mind. I thought the fourth one wasn't.
I think when we first saw it, you and I came
Oh,
out of
yeah.
the theater, and it was just like, what happened? But you know what? In the '60s, UFOs and aliens, that was a big thing, wasn't it?
Well-
or what? Sorry, what did that have been? The fourth? Roswell was 47.
I think the thing, again, I mean, the alien thing was kind of like whatever, as a thing. I mean, the skull, because of course it's the MacGuffin, and you got to have the
Sure.
big thing in the end.
Of course.
Everyone's face has got to melt.
Of course.
Right, you cannot be in any, without some kind of wonderful cataclysmic death. But I was more impressed what shape he was in. He was in
Yeah.
really good shape.
He was 65, I guess. Was this 15 years ago now? Has it
I
been
guess
15?
so. Yeah, he was in really
Or
good
he
shape.
was in his 60s.
running
Yeah,
around
now
and-
he's just now turned 80. He's going to be 81.
And he
in a
must be
couple
in the
months.
most wicked pain pills after crashing
Yeah,
planes,
crashing planes
and
in
breaking
real life.
ankles and
Yeah,
shoulders
yeah,
and
I know,
back
I know.
problems. That poor guy. I mean, that's the question that
Go
needs
to
to
the
be
wide
asked
shot again.
every single. Why doesn't any interviewer ever ask him this question? Harrison, what does 9 a.m. feel like for you? Yeah. Oh my God! Oh God!
McBeal, give me my coffee.
Yeah. Get the coffee going, Allie.
Yeah, 80 years old. I mean, remember how slightly bummed out we were when he turned 50,
Oh yeah.
and then 60, and then
Well,
70, and now
you and I
80.
both agree that at least they should have been making an Indiana Jones movie every 5 years.
Every 5 years, no matter
No matter
what, they should have done one
It
every
should have
5
been like
years.
a life contract
Because
with Lucasfilm.
during the fourth film, he talked about flashing back to 10 or 15 years before, and it's like, yeah, we should have seen those things that you're
Right.
talking about in the movie, instead of discussing it and remember when. We should have had those movies every 10 years, but I think after the third one they were happy. It was like, all right, good job, everybody. We finished this off nicely, but then
Right.
time goes by and we start to miss it. And 1989, 1990 was a long time ago. Maybe we should revisit it.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, but yeah, Young Indiana Jones is on Disney Plus. I say get Harrison Ford to reshoot all the old man indies. That way he's indie
Right.
throughout it.
Yep.
And
Nothing
that would
against
be
the guy who
fantastic.
played
nothing
Old Man,
against the old man. Actually, the old man was supposed to be current time, which was the 90s. So
Right.
he was supposed to be playing a 90-year-old
Yeah.
Indiana Jones. I don't know, the eye patch and
Yeah.
I don't know. But
But that would then technically, let's see, he's 80 in 1969. Or he's supposed to be playing what's his age in the
I
movie?
don't-
77 he's supposed to be,
I
or
just know
75?
I just know in Young Indiana Jones the old man was supposed to be 90 years old.
Okay.
So they played that guy.
But
who-
that was 1989, right? It took place in 89 or 88, 89, correct?
no, Young Indiana Jones came out a couple of years after the
No, I'm saying,
third
but
movie.
no, I agree with you. I'm just saying, like in the show timeline,
it's
it's
supposed to be like 1989 or
89 or
1990. you're saying?
1990.
Okay, yeah.
So then he's 90 years old. So then 1980
But
he's
still.
80 years old. Again, it's actually technically off. So
yeah,
in other
it
words,
is off, but still, let
if they were to
Harrison
do the
Ford just-
wraparounds, you would have to have it where it's 1978 or 77, and
Yeah.
what they ought to do is they ought to have it in 77. And we're like,
How
these-
great would that be?
That's so good. He goes running by with it.
We're going to the movies.
Hey, we're gonna go see the space,
space movie.
Oh God, I hate space movies. Some total.
Oh,
some
that's
total
great.
Thing. Oh,
All right, so you haven't seen The Flash yet. Let's go back to this camera.
Or, you know what? That'd be great. They do it like that '70s show. He's doing the typical Han Solo. It's the typical Harrison reactions. the Flash. The ship flies over.
Oh, that'd be great. Trying to decide what camera we want now. We're going back to the main camera of the store. There's Rodney and I here. All right, just Rodney
So
and I here.
on the way in is okay. This Gods and Monsters. We all for people wondering.
Yes.
It's off of International Drive. It's a very busy area of Orlando.
Yes, the address is at the bottom of the
Yep.
screen here. I got a crawl going.
So in the same parking lot as the comic book store, there is a helicopter ride attraction.
Oh, yes.
So it's wild, kind of coming in and just seeing a helicopter.
Every
just
time you
buzz
come in off I-4, it's just like it's either coming in or going out.
I'm sitting. I'm going. I'm cutting through the parking lot just to get over here, and I see the tail of the rotor blade thing, and I keep going. You know. The John Williams in my head. Some guy going to the parking lot. It's a John Williams thing from Superman the movie. For those of you who are like, what's he talking about? The
You came
savings
here
of Lois
today-
Lane.
You came here today from Lake Mary.
Yes.
Did you use
No.
the express lane?
The answer is no.
I will use that every day. I don't even care what they're charging me. I'll use it every day because there's an exit for this exit for Kirkman.
Oh,
and it's a left exit too. So it just you're right off. I love
Yeah,
it. I love it. No more downtown. It was all jammed up.
I've been on one of those things on one of it once, and one thing I don't like about it is that I'm one of these people where I like an exit. I get kind of boxed in. I'm
Oh
like,
yeah, it is. You go through downtown. You're kind of locked
you're like,
in.
you're just sitting there driving. You're like, what if I got to go to the bathroom?
Right.
What if something happens to my car? What if I'm living here now with these people?
I just the traffic in I-4 has been for years.
Oh,
and
awful.
now it's not an issue anymore. You're driving down to Disney.
Well-
It's almost back to what it was when I first moved here. We're getting close to the 35-40 minute time from my house
I
to wherever
remember-
you want to go at Disney.
When I was a lad, I remember when the backup for downtown was John Young.
Yeah.
That was where I'm like, ooh, I'm in traffic.
Yeah.
Now it's like, now it's the backup is Haines City, which is 15 miles outside of Disney.
No, I get on at Maitland. I hop right on the exchange, go right through downtown, and there's a Kirkman exit, and it's a left exit too. And all of a sudden, you're right off there.
Oh, so you
there's-
take it from Maitland all the way.
Yeah,
down.
I'll take it,
Okay.
make it Maitland, blow all the way through downtown. And it was all jammed up on the way here today.
I have to give a real thumbs up to the designers of the highway
Yeah.
system.
I
They
mean,
did
it took
a very
6
good-
years, like they said it was going
they
to,
did a very good job.
but they got it done, and
But I have a
they
but.
stopped it.
One thing they do need to add on all the overpasses is a super high grade NASCAR level cage fence system. But that happened to a guy. He got until he got got knocked and his car went off.
Yeah.
he fell like
Went right off the
like
thing,
40
yep.
feet down. It's like he survived, but he's it's like it's tragic. So I'm like,
Getting some messages here from Alita, from Talon and Alita. A couple of geeks have their own
Yeah,
page as
very
well.
good.
Going to see Little Mermaid on Tuesday. She also said, I used to watch Young Indy back in the day. Of
Yeah.
course, we did too. Realistically, old clothes like that were made to last a long time.
thank you.
Sequels were risky back then, she said. Very rarely did they do well. It wasn't until Lord of the Rings and Marvel movies that we started seeing more of them. Yeah,
More of
that's
what?
True. Just more sequels.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, no, because I mean, really, you think of it, the first real, well, no, well, the
Superman 1 and 2 were
the first real sequels actually obviously were in the 40s, and that's where those
Sure.
those adventure films.
Sure,
and
yeah.
stuff,
But for us
and then
as a-
James Bond.
for us as a kid, maybe we didn't even know that as a kid. So like they
Right.
shot Superman 1 and 2 back to back. I don't think I knew that as a kid.
No,
Yeah.
no, I gotta admit, I never liked Superman as a child. I was a Hulk fan, and I loved Spider-Man. And the reason why I didn't like Superman was always anytime I saw the old George Reeves thing, I was like, ugh, But George Reeves was fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
No, I mean now when I look at it in retrospect, I'm
Yeah.
like, no, he was fantastic.
Yep.
But it was for me. It was the Super Friends. This hub up in the wood.
Oh yes. Meanwhile,
Yeah, I couldn't take it. So Superman the movie comes out, and
maybe it changed your opinion a little bit.
oh, it totally did.
John Williams, Christopher
Was it
Reeve.
what's the 78 it came out? 78, 79.
Let's see. Star Wars 77.
Yeah, it was 78.
So Superman 78.
Christmas 78. So again, I saw it in New York, and that was interesting because again, he's flying around New York. I didn't see it in the city, but my dad worked in the city.
Right.
So, and then, but no, anyway, we were, it was just Christopher Reeve. That guy just changed it all. I mean, like, I like the character. I like what it was. I like him. I like how he did it. I like his whole portrayal of it. And to me, I know Henry Cavill's wonderful.
Oh yeah.
But there was just something magical about what he did.
He was Superman.
Yeah.
He was, wasn't he?
Yeah.
I saw a.
Well, you remember the best part of the making of when Donner's like when he comes flying towards the camera, and because Christopher actually took flying lessons,
Yes.
so he knew about.
Just little
Flaps.
maneuvering. Yeah. Flaps.
So he twists his body and is like, Donner. And a guy comes in and he bangs right to the camera. I was like, great.
I saw
You know?
recently, I've been watching at school now that the kids are gone, and I'm just cleaning up the classroom, the Pluto channel. They have the
Oh, yeah.
24-hour Johnny
Excellent.
Carson channel. So Johnny's guest on the episode I watched recently was Betty Davis and Richard Pryor.
Yeah.
Richard Pryor was there to promote Superman 3. So he gets out there talking about how Christopher's on the harness, and there's a scene where he
Right.
grabs me, and we're practicing in the studio. And I'm like, man, this is great. But then they go and take us outside, and he's like, there's nothing down there.
Yeah.
And then so Betty Davis kind of stumbles in, and she's like, there was nothing under there to protect you? And he said, no, nothing. And she looked at him and said, you're crazy. And
Yeah.
everybody laughs, and he's like, yeah, I've been known to be called that.
Yeah.
I think he had an
No,
album
but-
cover named.
no, but
so
they-
he said Christopher was holding him, and he said he looked up at Christopher Reeve, and he said, don't worry, if anything happens, I got you. And then Richard Pryor looks at Betty Davis and looks back at Carson, and he says, I think he really thought he was Superman.
Yeah, oh, I think so too.
That's great.
No, because that was the thing with them. What they were, just some of the safety issues. They didn't have any boxes down or nothing.
If that harness, at any of those harnesses,
Oh, well,
Margot
yeah.
Kidder, she'd have been a goner. She would have been a one
Yeah.
movie and out. 'Cause
Yeah.
And the next movie would have been in memoriam to her.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, yeah.
You'd be rolling the credits right there.
Yeah, but to see the Flash, there's just a lot of tips of the hat to all different. Just
I know.
You
I
gotta see
definitely
it.
plan on seeing it. I didn't get a chance to see Ant-Man. I didn't see Guardians.
yeah, I didn't see the new Ant-Man this past few
I didn't
months.
see that one either.
Didn't see the second Guardians,
or the
I'm
third
sorry, the
Guardian.
third Guardians. I haven't
Yeah.
seen the third Guardian yet, and I haven't been to the theater much. But when I knew Flash was coming out and I knew what it was about, since I'm on summer break, I watched Man of Steel, Batman,
Right.
Superman, and Justice League. The 4-hour version. Zack Snyder. Wait, what am I saying? I'm saying that.
Oh
wrong.
yeah. That was actually pretty good.
Yeah, the 4-hour
Yeah,
version, which
the-
is on
the-
HBO Max
yeah,
right
it was
now.
actually very good.
and there's so much was left out. I could see how he was frustrated as a director to see it all chopped up and
One
taken
thing-
away from him.
You know, here's one thing. Again, I have a little pet peeve with that movie. Nothing to do with his directing choices. It has to do with the outfits. And here's why. This is probably somebody be like, "What? How dare you?" But anyway, I think when they have these big superhero movies, it's not like, say for example, Fantastic Four. Obviously, one group, one kind of outfit look. The Avengers, Tony Stark's making these super suits where just your helmet comes on and
Right.
off, all that stuff. I kind of get that. These are whatever 5-6 individual characters, and the style of the suits are very close together.
Yes,
It's almost like
Wonder Woman and Superman.
I kind of wish they would have hired 6 different designers to go. So
And
they
not let them see each other's work.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. You know, again, it's got to be like, okay, it's with the camera test and the lighting test. Got it.
Right.
But you know, when you show up, it just looked too much.
Too much.
The
Yeah, see,
same.
Wonder Woman and Superman. I don't know. I feel like they gave him a darker. Was he of a darker blue?
Yeah.
You know, maybe because it was just they didn't want to go too much.
I
into
thought
the-
she did a great job as Wonder
Oh,
Woman.
absolutely.
Yeah. I
Even
thought
if
she was
even
great.
if Wonder Woman 1984 wasn't a hit,
That was not that great.
but still, she kills it every time.
That first one was excellent.
yes,
I thought.
yes. And then she was in all the other Superman, Batman, and Justice Leagues. Yeah, she's fantastic. Just her tone of voice, just everything about it, the way she carries herself
Yeah.
as Wonder Woman and as Diana Prince. Just absolutely, she needs to make 3 or 4 more of those. I
don't see any reason why. Well, again, I don't know why they want to recast everybody. I get it. You want to try and make everything new and consistent, and that's probably what they're going for.
Yeah.
But
Well,
you
the,
know.
the store has started to finally calm down a little bit. When I was setting up, it was just wall-to-wall people, long lines at the register. So I'm hoping now that Todd will come out and I can finally get a chance to talk to him, and maybe he can let us know about what's going on at the Vault this evening for anniversary festivities.
Is this the storage unit revealed?
It'd be nice to have some more.
What's new from the storage unit?
He's done some great episodes on his own where he has the phone, he sets it up, hits record, and he does it from the register and just does the reveal stuff. And then I would like to hear from him what are some good things he's seen lately. That's funny. I wasn't in this shop before either, and I wasn't in.
So
that
how well does all this work? Does this work?
This?
Yeah.
I'm such a huge fan of the ATEMP Blackmagic box. This little box that's behind me here. I mean, it's just HDMI's are in.
Okay.
And
you got
then
what,
that's
4
it.
input?
Yeah. No, it's 8. That's an 8 input.
Oh,
You see
wow.
there's 8 different buttons in there.
Wow.
And then all my graphics and stuff you can see are coming through
Yeah.
the OBS system.
Okay.
So I had different graphics made up for, like, okay, if Anna comes in, now it says Anna.
Right.
And then there's one that says
So you got all your lower.
Todd,
We're
right?
XTV people.
Yeah,
You
I
got your lower
also-
thirds here.
I got the spinning globe logo here. I even made a graphic for Neil if Neil shows up. Neil Gaiman
Did he ever
is
show
in
up?
town. Anna said maybe sometime today or later today. So
Yeah, okay.
haven't heard anything yet. So my graphics are all ready to go. So let's get the spinning globe back in. Spinning globe and happy 8th anniversary. There we go. And then the Facebook Live logo
Wow.
and the crawl. I got the crawl going on. That's all through the OBS. It's free software called
Yeah,
OBS.
OBS broadcast. Yeah.
Unbelievable
yeah.
free software. It's amazing. So then you hit the stream button, and then you just have to go to Facebook and copy and paste
I'm
the
wondering, how did these guys ever made any money doing this thing? They got it.
OBS.
I mean,
I don't know. Isn't there a version of OBS being used at Fox somewhere? I'm sorry, I'm not using my
I had
microphone.
no idea.
That's used for like when the traffic copter is live somewhere.
They use all kinds of. We use all kinds of stuff over there.
So yeah, it's
we
the
do.
OBS system, free software. It's the ATEMP Blackmagic box behind me. It's an 8 input. Normally I would have it here pushing buttons, but I didn't have a lot of space.
Because
And
I
then
was
only brought 3
'cause
cameras
I was
today.
thinking about something with that, and then bringing in a sampler.
the
and,
4 input one, by the way. Todd has one.
Yeah,
And he has the 4 input.
I would
one.
mind getting one of those. 'Cause
They're
it's just-
fun. The 4 input
to
one,
have.
the 4 input one you can get for like $300, $350. It's great. The 8 input one I think is closer to $1,200 or so. But
okay.
I love it. I've used it for live red carpet events. I've used it for all the live basketball games at the school, all the volleyball games. Graduation was live. I was just in the back room just punching all the cameras live as kids were graduating. And for those parents, grandparents who couldn't be at graduation, can't be at the basketball games, live on YouTube. It's fantastic. And it's fairly inexpensive to have. The 4 input one is just.
It's just wild
It's
how
just
this stuff.
how-
It's
I know.
just, it's
Just think of how much we struggled 8 years ago at the grand opening. We were trying to go live on YouTube, and it was a total mess. Luckily, I was recording it anyway,
Yeah.
so we ended up putting them back on YouTube later. But for us to do it
So,
live, that
so
was
the
a
OBS
mess.
runs all of it, as in like you set up
Right.
URLs
There's
for your
the-
Facebook
what's that,
pages.
the S plug.
Okay.
That comes out of the Blackmagic box and comes right in, and then
the USB-C.
and then OBS says yes, USB-C, and then OBS says what input are you coming in through? Are you coming through your web camera? No, I'm coming through Blackmagic,
Right.
and it pops right up. And then I just add all the graphics.
But I'm
here.
saying for the output, for it to go to the internet. In other words, you got to.
Okay, it's
OBS
actually-
does OBS. Well, I know the OBS handles. You put all your
Correct.
website URLs in it.
Yes, so I'm streaming. I just hit the start streaming
Got it.
on OBS, and it's better. Don't trust Wi-Fi, so you can see
Right.
I'm
Oh,
hardwired
yeah.
in.
Yeah, I would never
you
do
can't
that.
you can't rely on that. It's just it's unreliable. I mean, not in all situations, but if you're at a big place, like a
I mean,
high
it's,
school
it's,
graduation.
it's
or,
I mean, again, it's like there's they do okay in the building we have also Fox Weather Live now. Some I still don't know the
Fox
official
News Now, or no? What's
There's-
that called?
there's Fox-
in the fishbowl. What's that called in the fishbowl?
Yeah, like Fox News Now, or I don't know what it is. I never can remember it because it's just I got other things I got to do than
Fox
memorize what
Nation?
it's
I
Fox.
forget.
It's not there's Fox Nation,
That's not what you
but
guys.
I think it's Fox News Now or something
like that. Yeah.
Anyway, but we have the weather version of it in the other part.
and they've got small cameras in there, don't they?
Yeah, that's basically. Well, I mean, they're a little bit bigger than what you've got,
Yeah, these are prosumers, so I'm sure you
Yeah,
have the,
so they're
the
the
pro
actual
cameras,
pro
but they're
level
just slightly, larger.
but all it is behind the girl, Kelly, who's doing the weather. She has her own switcher. They of course they had to buy the real deal, like
oh yeah, they can't just use that little
right,
thing.
no,
right.
no. Yeah, it's capital.
could've,
It's
but-
capital expense.
They could have. It's just
They got a budget.
HDMI
They got
in,
to make sure they use the budget. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, she has that. But what they do for her background, all it is, it's a large, very large flat panel TV, pitched on an angle, so you don't get any of the light glare on it.
Sure.
And that's all it is.
That's
and
all
she's
it is.
got her rotating graphics and
Yeah,
things.
you probably can't see it. You see my monitor here. It's
Yeah.
got all my inputs there. And again,
Wow,
I'm
and
only,
that comes right out of that.
that comes right out of that. So yeah, one
Wow.
goes out here,
Oh,
and then
wow.
the C goes into there, And yeah, that's it. And I could have added a second monitor just for program.
And there's different audio inputs on it too, or
There's 2 microphone inputs as well.
Okay.
However, HDMI also. Every one of these cameras are HDMI out, so you can use the audio from
yeah, but
each
I'm just
one
saying
of those.
if you wanted to have other audio devices, I
Yes,
guess you either go
there's
through a
2.
mixer or you have to.
Yeah, there's 2 other ones in there that are like the 8-pin. That's what's
Mm-hmm.
These are going out to 8-pin there. But yes, you got 2 audios, the headphone, but 8 inputs. It's so much fun at basketball season to just do that.
I bet you that school's very happy with you.
Yes, yes, they are. Volleyball,
happy.
basketball,
Teacher of the
graduation.
year again.
Graduation's big because we get all the cameras up. They walk across the stage. They call their name. Big little boxes for the guy at the podium, and it's a lot of fun. I've just finished year 6. 6 years I've been gone from Fox. Yeah, I know.
It just
6
goes,
years.
It just keeps going.
Everything's
It's
flying
just-
by now. I know everything is flying by. I've got one in college. One is about to be a sophomore. Friends of ours, Alwan, Jaden, is heading off to college now, and all the people we kind of reflected.
On Instagram, I said to Vanessa about her son. I'm like, "Wow, he's so big," and she's like,
I know.
It's like-
It makes people sad to
Like,
talk about that.
Everyone grows up.
I know, and they're growing up fast. Well, I was wondering if you could help me and search for Todd back there now that it's calmed down to see if he's able to sit, answer some questions that have come in here because he has yet to sit down, and we've been on the air for 1 hour and 35 minutes.
Wow.
So I was hoping he couldn't before because he was at the register, he was moving merchandise around, but I was wondering if you can get him to come and sit with
Yeah, I
me
like to
before
go.
it
I
gets
like to
too
buy a
late in the
drink
day.
while I'm here. Not a normal drink. No alcoholic beverage.
Well, they got the
the wonderful different sodas.
the IP sodas and stuff here. The Orange Dream is a big hit.
Great. He still keeps. He another place that's interesting too is store wise. I mean, of course, come to Gods and Monsters. A place called Tate's down in
Tate's?
Tate's.
Yeah.
Down in on the East Coast, down by Sunrise, Florida, over there. That's another very interesting store.
Oh, okay.
This one is very close to this style. That's but Todd's done a wonderful job. I really think of I need to get a room of my stuff put together. I'm going. I know the man I'm calling.
I know. I wish they would knock
name
this
is-
wall down and take that room. They could have a
They
little more
tried to,
space.
didn't they want
I
that?
think they wanted it, but yeah, it's
Okay.
hard to acquire. But yes, if he is available, or
Let me go take a look.
maybe Anna can confirm anything about
Get a
Neil
drink
that
with
we
it?
want to know. That was Rodney Dubé who's visiting with us. He's been there. Episode 1, he was there for the grand opening and other episodes throughout the years. Todd Nana's wedding. Actually, he was the photographer at the wedding, now that I think back on it. And the wedding reception, I think we did like 3 parts. And we interviewed the wedding guests, and the reception was great. We were sitting at the bar, and Greg and I just had the microphones up, and we interviewed anybody that came by. We interviewed, and then at one point maybe Todd Nana stopped by and visited with us. All right, let's go. Somebody just kind of came in and bumped the camera. I just want to make sure if it's still good. Hulk camera is good. Other camera is good, and our main camera is doing good. Thank you for those of you that have been watching online and making comments. I'm going to try and have Todd sit with us. Raymond Haig is watching now. Thank you, Neil. Thank you, Neil is watching. Alita is still with us. So they're going to be open till 1 o'clock in the morning here. So come on by. Come on out to the bar. Come on out to the vault. Come check out the store. They're having some sales today because it is their anniversary episode. So you got a lot of choices here out at Gods and Monsters. Rodney's getting a drink at the cash register, if you can see the register here. And we'll see if we can get by. Oh, someone just said, have a good one. Thank you. I wore my Gods and Monsters shirt today, so people are asking me questions. Where can you find this and find that? And I'm just like, I shouldn't have wore the shirt today. Sorry about that. But I got to wear the shirt. It's a big day today. It's a big deal. It's the 8th anniversary. All right, Rodney's going to work his way back there, hopefully, and see if Todd is available. Again, we'll scroll through the cameras in case anybody was half listening to what we were saying. We are on the OBS system broadcasting to Facebook Live, and I'm using the Blackmagic ATEMP system, which is amazing. Any luck? Is he back there?
The man has stepped out of the building.
He stepped out. Now, did he go out a back door that I'm not aware of?
Probably.
How dare you?
I would assume so.
That's all
and
right.
I got myself something to drink. It's a root beer, everybody.
Oh, okay. Tell us what you're drinking. We like to play that game as
It's
well.
called, what are you drinking? I am drinking Virgil's root beer.
I think I might let you sit here and talk to yourself.
Oh, no,
while
I'm going
go-
to talk to myself.
While I go, I think I might go and grab one of my favorite drinks there.
Why don't you put it on a pause? Is there like a pause screen or something?
I don't know if there's a pause. Oh, you know what? I suppose I could put a pause screen up there. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to leave it on the Hulk camera. We love the Hulk camera here.
That's right.
Not going anywhere. We're still live. My phone's still plugged in. People can call in. People can chat with us if they want. I'm going to walk up to the register while there's
Why
nobody
not
there
call in while you're at it?
and grab an Orange Dream. So stay with us. We'll keep the audio up, too, so you can hear the ambiance of the store. I heard something fall. Oh, it was my phone. It's all right. We're good. We're good. Hulk shot. Blocking the Hulk shot. All right, we're good. Orange Dream. and a snack. Now that I know he's coming to stay. Empty in there.
Don't let Gotcha see the Q poskets. Don't let her see the Q poskets. They'll never turn down the Q poskets and say,
Yeah, it's still running right now. I just took a little break. Awesome, by the way. Sneak back in. I'm gonna very careful. Be right back. I'm gonna go very carefully sit back down. We are still here. We just took a little break. I'm going to carefully get back into my seat because I'm surrounded by wires and cameras and HDMI and
It's pretty cold in here.
yes.
It's chilly in here. Well, you needed to be that chilly. The amount of people that showed up.
Okay. Let's check out our cameras, make sure everything's still working. Touch screen. That's so glad you said that, Rodney. I never would have thought to
All these years, you're like with the mouse. Yeah,
trying to get the mouse and the mouse. Oh, you know it's a
touch screen.
See, now it's weird. It looks like I'm almost cutting your head off again. Like, is it moving on its own? I'll back the camera up a little bit. All right, looks good. And there's our camera one. Yes, we look good. I am currently... Welcome to Gods and Monsters. We are live on Gods and Monsters Facebook page, talking to people at home. Crowds are pouring in. Let's go to the Hulk Cam. Hulk Cam is up. Okay, so I was saying, yes, I am drinking the Virgil's handcrafted vanilla cream. I got the black cherry earlier. Now I've got the vanilla cream. Let me put it up on the screen here. Yes, there we go. Craft sodas and craft beers all available here at Gods and Monsters. Yeah, it is a cold. I'm feeling the cold right now.
I'm like,
you can see now the attendance is picked back up again. It's hard to see around the corner there, but the store is filled back up again. We'd love to have you come down for their 8th anniversary. Let's see what maybe missed any messages here. Neil is watching. Raymond is watching. Vinny, congrats. I'd love to see some TSR. Vinny is watching. Show some classic miniatures. Vinny, Bill Sylvie. Yeah, I have not seen Bill Sylvie today. Our resident D&D expert. We have not seen him today, but it is still early. So you came in just to kind of check things out. You weren't interested in purchasing anything at this time.
I know, there's always every time I come in, I'm like, I'm just gonna come by and say hi to Tom. And then it's like $200 later.
I mentioned earlier on the show when I was talking all by myself that one of the unboxings that he did, he would put up Star Wars stuff, and I bought. It was like $20. It was a 1977 People magazine with C-3PO on the cover.
Oh, okay.
It looked like it had been sitting on a just stack of magazines for 45 years, just totally untouched. It was just
Wow.
you can tell by how like thin the
Thin it
People
was,
magazine
right?
was. It was just like flat,
just slammed
not a
in there.
curve on any edge or anything. It was just in perfect condition. It was like right when the movie came out or just before.
I'm currently flattening a. I have a Return the Jedi Weequay card back with the bubble. So the bubble's still on it.
Oh, but the bubble's still on it.
Yeah, someone actually took a razor blade and pulled the figure out to the side, so it's not destroyed, but it's all kind of warpy. So I very carefully put heavy books around it. So I keep the bubble. It's like one giant book, one giant book.
Gotcha,
you
yeah.
know, and
Keep it flat.
it's been sitting like that now for 2 weeks. So let's wonder where I'm at.
Vinny is watching us on his phone. I'm guessing he says, "I'd love to stop by, but I'm just south of Atlanta," or he's watching from south of Atlanta
Wow, very
right now.
nice.
So that's a little bit, it's a little far for you today, but
You can make it.
we're happy to have
Come
you
on,
here.
we'll be here till we'll be here
till
till
1
8.
a.m. You
Yeah,
could make it. Yeah,
come by 7 o'clock.
we
Come on.
are. We'll be. I don't know if the show will be on that long, but Gods and Monsters will be open till 1 a.m.
Oh,
tonight. You
1
can come
tonight,
on up
wow.
to the vault. Yes, it is. What's today? Saturday?
It is.
Yeah, today's Saturday.
It is.
So I've only been to the movies once, and that was yesterday for the first time in a long time. I can't remember the last time I sat in the
I
theater.
had a problem with the movie
I took
theaters.
the kids to them.
I know. You and I both.
You getting done with it?
Well, here's the thing. For everyone to know, different places, different times. But Art Miles, both and I are both. We are AMC Theater alumni,
Yes.
and
Pleasure Island.
yep, Pleasure Island. I also worked at one in Sarasota. Did you ever work at one in your hometown?
Yeah, Palm Beach Gardens. I worked at a
Okay.
United Artists Theater. It had just
Okay.
opened when I graduated high school, so I was there from day one.
Okay. So
Batman Summer.
again, nothing against movie theaters. I have a problem with the seats in the movie theaters.
Oh, sure.
No, here's the problem I have the problem now with. They're too comfortable. No, there's people like they're acting like it's their home. I'm seeing a lot of bare feet, a lot of big old
I got you.
toes.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like, dude, we're not at your house.
The seats let you recline
They
now.
recline
So, I'm going to kick my shoes off.
I got my shoes off. I got
No,
a
no.
blanket going.
No,
They
I didn't
brought
pay to see that.
They brought the dog. The dog is curling up. I'm like, hold on, I'm not at your house, man.
Now, that's something I haven't seen. Dogs?
Well, no,
You
but
bring your
you know,
service
I'm
dogs?
just saying, it's just out of control.
Yeah.
It's just kind of just too much comfort.
way
You
too
know,
much comfort.
It's kind of like the people flying in their pajamas all the time.
Oh boy, yeah, that's still.
You are so late. You didn't bother. You just had to get the bag and just you in your PJs and you got to get on a 747. Okay.
I know. I still kind of like to dress up a little bit on a plane. I'm all for being comfortable, but it's still I like to dress up a little.
No, I'm not saying dress. I'm not saying wearing a tie. I'm just saying wearing actual clothes.
Wearing actual clothes.
You know.
I've got this wire that is bugging me right
You
now.
are-
I'm going to currently unplug this.
You are.
Boy, I bet that made a horrible noise. Sorry about that. USB out.
USB.
Oh yeah, USB out, but there's no USB in on that Black Magic
USB in
box.
there.
No, you got to go through the box there because then there would
Oh,
be a
there'd be
slight
sync
delay.
issues, yeah.
Everything goes into there first, and then it goes out to the internet here.
Got it.
Yeah,
That makes sense.
it's still fine. I
There's
love
so
the
many
little
companies
thing.
doing it. There's like obviously Black Magic, Rhodes got theirs,
Mm-hmm.
and now the Roland Corporation's doing it.
Roland. Black Magic's also been handing out Resolve's editing software for free.
Yeah,
Or it's
they-
free anyway.
it's been
isn't
free
it?
anyway, yeah.
Yeah. Have
But
you
it's getting-
have you dumped into that?
My brother
dipped your toe into it a little bit,
My brother's
or
doing his little videos. He does now YouTube videos for the Navy.
okay?
I've taught more here. I'm the guy that works in TV, and I never been on TV. Oh, come on in. What's that?
Boy, that's a great question. You may have
I
to
don't
ask the
know.
front desk about that. I'm wondering if they're more concerned about like the big bags, but you might want to ask the register.
I thought that's more like your purse kind of thing.
Right.
I don't.
And
I don't
these
know.
little miniature Disney backpacks have kind of taken the place of purses,
Yeah,
you
I
know,
don't-
and
I
it's
don't
not
know.
a bag.
I don't officially know the
I would
policy.
ask and see what they say.
Yeah,
It's a
there.
very good question.
But yeah.
Customer coming in asking about there's a
You
bag
never know.
policy here about not coming in with big bags. They don't want people grabbing stuff and running out.
Right,
and
I
so
get
you got to
that.
keep the bags like that. We were discussing movie theaters.
Movie, yeah.
Yes.
Movie theaters. And
So
then,
so you're going less and less.
well, it's just like again, it's.
I will. Yes. Question from the audience is coming in.
Come on through.
She's on the hall camera right now,
all
live on
right.
Facebook.
That's all
Yes,
right.
welcome.
It's okay.
Some of our Gods and Monsters guests. Some like to be on camera, some don't. That's all right.
It's what is it? It's we're you know we're, I watch your entire podcast on Nest. You know, it's a Nest. He's doing a podcast on his Nest cam. Who are you? Get out of my yard.
It looks like Anna has returned. It'd be nice if here we'll put her up on the Hulk cam. She's way off in the distance there. Maybe she'll sit with us. Anna is giving a little tour with some friends, and I believe Todd Fisher is back.
Todd
Perhaps Todd Fisher, who's on the Hulk cam right now. Todd Fisher on the Hulk cam, live on Facebook. Yes, Hulk serving.
How you doing? Good to see you. All right.
Good. We've been.
It's a lot.
It's a lot.
It's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot.
Store's been busy, in and out traffic. Yeah, if you have some time, we want to sit with you. Yeah, I am Hulk camera. Let's see. You're on the Hulk cam right now.
Hug the owner.
Always hug you. We'll do a smash cut to that. To us hugging.
Hulk smash cut. It'd be a Hulk smash cut.
Always hug the owner.
Always hug the owner.
You may get 2% off.
So yeah, I worked at a United Artists Theater. I worked at AMC. Rodney and I both worked at the Pleasure Island Theater back when it was only 8.
Oh no, it was 12.
It was 12
It
and
was
then jumped
12.
to 22.
And I also worked. This shows you again. Wow, the old man. I worked the premiere of Dick Tracy.
They had that giant banner in the hallway.
Everybody came except for
in
Madonna.
The rafters. Yeah.
I saw Dustin Hoffman, who's like 5'4".
Of course, you saw
I met and I shook the hands of Warren Beatty,
Warren Beatty. Yes.
and he was not nice, but yeah,
That was slightly before my time, Dick Tracy. My world premieres I did at Pleasure Island were Encino Man
Oh wow.
with a very young Brendan Fraser standing in line to get his own popcorn while Pauly Shore was in the manager's office because he was Pauly Shore.
Right, he was Pauly Shore.
But yeah, nobody
Do you
knew who he
remember?
was.
Okay, in the movie, well, it's in Die Hard. And also he was the. What other movie was he in? Well, anyway,
He was in Die Hard.
Okay, look, we've got a phone.
Well,
at
who did he play in
IMDb.
Die Hard?
No. Let me go.
You don't want to spoil it. Okay.
No. I want to. Might as well do this right because.
All right, so while you are doing that, the premiere, you did Dick Tracy. I was there
Dick
at
Tracy,
Disney's
yeah.
Pleasure Island for the premiere of Encino Man. And there was another one, and I'm just drawing a blank right now. Encino Man had a song on it from the lead singer of Motley Crue, who had just left, and he went solo. So they had his song playing on a loop in the lobby as he came walking in. Why am I drawing a blank on Vince Neil? Vince Neil's name.
Wait a minute.
He was there at the world premiere of Encino Man. Other premieres I saw, they did an advanced screening of Aladdin there. Betty White was there. I think Eddie Murphy was there. Roger Ebert was
look at
there.
This picture of Bonnie Bedelia. That's Helen Hunt. Look at them.
Bonnie Bedelia is. Oh yeah, that's a young picture for a Bonnie Bedelia or a Helen Hunt. Wow,
I think it's Helen Hunt.
Helen Hunt. Okay, so Bonnie Bedelia.
All right, the gentleman's name is Paul Gleason.
Paul Gleason. Okay, hello.
And as soon as I show Paul Gleason's face, you'll be like, "Oh, that guy." Character actor Paul Gleason.
And he was in Die Hard.
He was in. Well, it's funny. He was in Die Hard. He's done a lot.
It looks like he could have been.
This guy just, he was a character actor. Just
He
kept.
could have been Magneto's understudy. That looks like. Looks like he.
Oh, he died. Oh, that's right. He did die.
And he died.
And he died in 2006.
So Todd and Anna have returned, and perhaps we'll get one or the other to sit down with us and actually finally say hello on camera to their audience. Brandon Berger
Jerry.
is watching. Welcome, Brandon. Thanks for watching. So, yes, going to the movie theaters now is a different experience. I don't mind sitting at home, but once in a while there's a movie that comes out and you're like, I want to see it now. I want to see it when it
Yeah,
first
I'm
comes
the
out. I
same
want to
way.
see it in the theater. And for me, I saw The Flash. So I did do that. I didn't get to see the new Avatar in the theater, and that's the best way to see those, I'm sure.
Yeah, he's done he was in She's Having a Baby. He did.
Oh,
He would do
wow.
the Johnny Be Good. He'd be doing the
Late 80s.
The John Hughes movies. This guy was in. I think he was. Yeah, he was in Breakfast Club.
What was he in The Breakfast Club?
I think he was the principal.
The principal. Oh, he played the FBI.
And also played the FBI
in Die Hard.
In Die Hard.
Yeah. Okay.
So anyway, he came in one night.
Oh, for one of the premieres that you were.
No, he just came. He was at Disney World.
Oh, gotcha.
He
Okay.
just walked in, and I instantly recognized his face. And I was tearing tickets. He goes, hey, you don't mind if I sneak into my own movie? I'm like, hey man, I know you are. Go ahead.
And which movie was that?
I don't know, but I remember who he was. He was really cool.
That's cool. Did he have like family with him being at Disney, or he was just on?
Yeah, he goes. Yeah, I think he had his son. Hey, if I take my kid to my movie.
That's pretty cool.
That's what it was. Yeah, if I take my kid
Okay,
to my
that's
movie.
pretty cool. I'm gonna wave you through on that one. That's fine. Come on in.
Yeah, go ahead. Normally, I would have been that stickler. No, you need a ticket.
I'm drawing a blank on the other premiere I did besides Encino Man and Aladdin. Shoot, but I got to see a couple of famous people. We weren't allowed to talk to them, of course. You want a big deal. I mean,
Yeah.
But Brendan Fraser standing in line buying his own popcorn. All right,
Did
Todd.
you ever work at you never worked at the theme parks, did you?
No, the closest I ever got was Pleasure Island Movie
Okay.
Theater. So no,
Yeah,
I never did work at the
I
park.
did the guided tours at Nickelodeon.
Yes, and occasionally, if we were to go back and look, we could see you on Double Dare.
Legends of the Hidden Temple.
Yes,
I was a moat spotter.
I remember. I think you either showed me a still frame
Yep.
or an image of you.
Yep, I found it. Somebody had the episode up. Yeah, let's see. Well, I interned over at Nickelodeon. I also did Game Lab, which was their little, in the theme park fun slime thing. So Game Lab, we would have people come in, and of course, we were not allowed to say anything to
Of
the
course,
people.
yeah.
But the ones I remember pretty vividly, I remember two, and they were pretty big. One was the saxophone player and rhythm guitarist for Huey Lewis and the News.
Oh, okay. I know exactly.
And Huey-
I picture him in my face. In my head, I
and
picture
Huey
his
Lewis
face.
was there too.
Yeah.
and no one recognized Huey Lewis except for one guy went, "Hey,
Oh.
Huey!" And he was like, "Hey!" He was all excited. Hey!
Huey's
And
actually
then-
aged very well.
And then Steven Spielberg came in.
Oh,
I was around. I pulled Steven Spielberg's children out of the slime pool.
Wow.
So my forearms are in his family photos.
That's right.
I am not in the picture, but my forearms are. So yes.
Didn't meet Spielberg face to face and shake his hand, but I was at an event that he was at, a scouting event in 1989,
Oh,
where
really?
he spoke to the whole crowd at the National Jamboree and introduced the cinematography merit badge. Yes.
What are they calling about the name of your podcast?
just Gods and Monsters. So we're actually on the Gods and Monsters Facebook page live right now. So you just go right to their page. Oh, look at that. We got a caller. Hello, caller.
You're on the
Turn down your radio and
Right,
then
yeah,
ask
you're
your
on-
question.
Right, you're on the air.
Very cool. We'll go back to
like-
the Hulk camera. We have one of the employees on the phone asking about where to find this show. Yeah, some people came in earlier and they're just like, they saw the cameras and they walked out. Now they're just wanting to know. Well, somebody that just called in.
But yes, the anyway.
So Spielberg and his family were there as well.
Yeah, Steven was no here. It was very interesting to watch because the one thing that people, why Steven Spielberg is Steven Spielberg. Steven Spielberg is one of the most observant people ever. Like, he will go up to, like, if he sees this table, he runs his fingers over it. He's
Yeah.
looking at. He just on constant
Texture and- yeah,
texture
feeling- yeah.
record. The guy's constantly recording in his mind. So, but all the Universal brass were completely.
Hang on. We'll go to the Hulk cam again. There's Todd at the Hulk cam. Hello at the Hulk cam. Do you have time to just? I would have done more chairs, but I just don't right now. If Rodney could take a little break.
What if I did that? What? Hey, look at that.
You know what? I
Look at
do.
this. Problem solver.
I gotta. If you want to hand that to him.
Oh,
Professional problem solver.
yeah.
Right.
You're like, I got a problem. I need to
All
do
right.
a
So
stroke.
now I got
"All
another
right."
camera.
Hey guys.
The two of you are there. If you want to get closer to Rodney, so I don't cut your head off.
Where you want?
No, other way. You're going.
Other way? I'm going the wrong way.
There you go. See, look. See yourself
Hey,
there.
look at that.
There we
Look
go.
at that. There we
It's
go.
us.
With that, the deer in the headlight look.
Back again.
All right. I will put Todd's name up on the screen there. Todd Fisher. Thank you.
Hello, everyone.
Well,
Hi.
congratulations, 8th anniversary. We're
Yeah,
here
8
again.
years.
I know, 8 years.
Seems like 15 or more.
See, yeah, you put in
I know.
because if you added up the hours you've worked, it's probably
story.
When
you've
you
hit.
started, you were clean shaven. Now
Right.
look at you.
Now look at me. I'm a mess. I'm a mess right now. I've even got a head of hair.
You have.
The opposite happened.
Right.
I got rid of my hair and it grew back.
Oh yeah, you were
I was
very.
so stressed
The
out
head
to
was
go
very
back.
clean
I
shaven
was
back
very-
then.
yes, I
Yeah,
was.
and then so in some ways, 8 years
Anna
feels
talked
like.
me into it. I don't
Yeah,
know
yeah,
how,
yeah.
but,
So what will be going on at the vault this evening? You'll be open till 1 a.m.
Well, it's always a party in the vault, wouldn't you say?
Is this the stuff from the storage room? That
What?
thing that
Oh, the warehouse.
the warehouse.
Oh my God! Right.
Magic from the warehouse.
Right.
I can hear you.
Yeah.
Talking
You got me.
You don't have to lean over. It's.
I wouldn't dream of it.
No,
There you
it-
go. There you go.
I wouldn't dream of it.
I want to make sure I hear you.
I want you to hear.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, make sure you pot him up.
Go ahead, Todd.
Or am I just talking?
Is there an on-off switch on
I
there?
don't know.
There
Maybe
we
if
go.
I turned it on.
There you go ahead.
Can you hear me now?
Awesome.
Fucking A.
We're good. Little on-off switch
Good evening,
situation.
everyone.
So
the
yes,
things you gotta do.
1
Hello.
a.m. this evening. So anything on the vault you want to tell us about?
Well, I know that they're slinging drinks back there for the anniversary. I'm sure that they've got something special going on. Probably specials
Sure.
on the drinks
Sure.
in the bar.
Something special. Something special.
Can you tell us what bartenders we'll see this evening?
Jen is here.
Jen,
Yeah,
yes.
yes.
Excellent.
Right. And you have a history with Jen.
Just that
It's terrifying.
my history with Jen?
Don't you have a history with
No,
Jen?
maybe Greg does.
Maybe Greg
is
does.
not here for this, but we always love to visit with Jen. And
Right.
I think the closest Jen came to being on our show was
Right.
during your wedding reception,
Right.
because the cameras were right there at the bar. But
Had
we
she
didn't
been
still
drinking?
quite get. No, she was working.
Oh, I see.
If you recall, she was
Right.
your bartender at the wedding
At the
reception.
time. Right.
We still couldn't get her on the show, and we still haven't to this day. But that's as close as we got because we had a camera right there at the bar during your wedding
She's
reception.
like the white whale. She's
we just yeah, we just
or right.
we just can't seem to capture her on camera. Yes.
She's Bigfoot.
But that's good.
Neither,
She's-
neither of these
Right.
terms are very flattering.
But that's good.
Soon-
So she
soon
is
said
working
Bigfoot,
this
I
evening.
got it. I'm like, oh, okay.
Oh, right.
All right, I'll keep your camera. I'm going I got 3 different camera
She
angles here.
doesn't
What do you like that one?
exist.
then?
She lives between the walls.
That's right. she's neither here nor there.
Right.
She is the ebb and the flow. She
right.
is right.
Shit.
So excellent. Jen is
She
here
is the
this
Kwan.
evening.
She is the Kwan.
She's the Kwan.
How are you, Art?
Tell us a little. I'm doing very good.
You're
Thank you.
okay?
I'm summer vacation right now, of course, for me, a school
Excellent.
teacher. Tell us and remind everybody about what's going on. Orlando Weekly Best of situation.
Oh, right. Yeah,
Yes.
we are once again nominated for Best Comic Shop.
I guess that would be
in
8.
Orlando.
It's not 8 years in a row because we're on the 8th anniversary. So is that 7 years?
We've gotten. This will be the 8th year that we're nominated for things.
Okay,
the
gotcha.
The year before we opened, like a few months before we opened, we got. They made an award for us. But every year that we've been a thing, we've
Wait,
gotten
whoa,
Best
whoa,
Comic
whoa,
Shop.
whoa, whoa.
Yes.
They made an
They
award.
made
for,
an award.
What does that mean?
It was best place to roll a d20.
Oh, that's right.
You know, it's like we want to give you best comic shop, but we can't.
But
haven't
there's-
We're
opened
not
up
a
yet.
comic shop yet.
but there's politics involved.
right, there's
yes.
politics.
You know,
But every year
politics
you've been
and-
nominated for best comic book.
Nominated
store,
and
you have won.
And humbly,
Yes.
we have
So
accepted the honor of
7
becoming
wonderful years of that.
Orlando's best.
And there are other categories as
Wow.
well that you've been in.
Yes, we've gotten other ones over time. I'm struggling with the idea that the bar Vault 5421
Yes.
has never won a single award. Is that weird?
But nominated.
Maybe because it's so hidden, they don't know.
They have a bar back there.
Right
Now, it's so hidden. It should be in the best kept secret category then.
There you
agree.
go.
Right.
I agree.
Which is, you've won that award before too, haven't you? Best kept
we-
secret or nominated?
No, we've been nominated.
Yes.
The bar has been nominated
Yes.
several times, but has never taken it home.
There is something wonderful about being nominated in the best kept secret category, but also at the same time a little frustrating
Right.
because it's
Oh,
like
I know.
if
I don't want to
if
be a
you
secret.
win best kept secret, your marketing department should be fired.
Right, that's
Right.
right. So they're sweating.
Yes, they're
the
sweating
whole
like
time.
Suddenly
please don't
there's
force-
no
don't force on that
secret.
one.
That's right. That's right.
So good. We got the vault. We've got, of course, there's special discounts today for the 8th anniversary.
course, yeah.
The crawl at the bottom of the screen here. We have of course, the address, the phone number, and then some description of some of the things that are going on
Well,
today.
I know it sounds tacky, but we couldn't do this without everybody that comes in and spends a little money and hangs out with us.
Sure,
and,
yeah.
What is it? Patronizes?
Yes, patronize. Patronize
Yeah,
you?
patronizes
I'm
us.
Yeah, they
constantly
patronize and
I
patronize.
patronize these people all the time.
Is that one of those words that's spelled both
Like patrons?
ways?
Yeah,
the
patrons?
same?
Patreons?
Patronize and patronize
Are
are
you-
spelled the
are you
same?
couldn't do it
Patreoning?
without you is what I'm saying. I couldn't
Excellent,
do it without
yes.
you.
And-
We love our customers.
And we are missing Greg Moan today, who's on a film shoot.
Right.
So we hope to see him next time we
Which,
come back.
a film shoot that you had mentioned that your daughters are both
Yes,
involved
both my
in.
daughters are extras in it. The scene
So
today
cool.
they're shooting at Lake Howell High School is a prom or homecoming dance scene. So the girls are in the background during this with no
That's all
music
that.
because I'm guessing when you shoot a movie, you
is
don't
it called
usually have
Carrie? That was the
No, it's not called. Yeah, Riley comes on with blood.
Blood
on it.
on-
No. They didn't
yeah.
tell me. I know they wanted your honest reaction. They wanted to make sure you were reacting. No. So he's the cinematographer on a feature-length film.
Hell yeah.
And he'll have some updates for us soon on when we'll be able to see that. I'm sure it's going to hit all the Florida festivals when it comes out. So congratulations to Greg Moan for that. I'll go back to the Hulk camera
We
because I
miss
can
you,
see
Greg.
Todd on that one. I know, absolutely. Actually, I see both of you on the Hulk camera.
He'd probably
Excellent.
just be giving me a hard time. He's very quick to tell me
I'll tell you-
that I'm terrible
Yeah,
at this.
you got a great business. You run it poorly.
You're
You
just
give,
ter-
you
you're
give
just
too much
terrible
stuff
at
away and all that. Yeah. Good. Hulk Cam
Really.
is showing how many we've got people. Lots of people in the back of the store here today. We've had now that we got you here, tell us what's hot right now when it comes to the store. What do you have a hard time keeping on the shelves?
You know what? We've run out of space, Art.
I've noticed it's a little
Yeah.
cramped here. If you'll notice, we're in a tight little spot here,
And I just keep buying stuff.
you
Art.
just keep buying stuff.
I know that. I know
The
that
second
feeling.
floor
I'm the
hasn't
same
been
boat.
put in yet, and we were hoping for a second floor
They
or
keep making
perhaps
more product.
moving
It's
next
kinda
door.
cool.
the big sellers have always kind of been the same. We're still very heavy into like Dungeons and Dragons is still
Yes.
very hot for us. So,
Yes.
miniatures and Star Wars and Marvel stuff, like all that stuff is still
Make mine Marvel.
But I would say our biggest in the last probably 2 or 3 years, the biggest growth in our industry has been through the anime product. Like we sell
okay.
like so much anime product
Yeah.
now because the kids
I
they
do.
are indoctrinated.
Oh,
They-
gosh,
They
they-
got
yes.
him.
Yes.
The
got 'em.
Japanese won the war. They won.
Yes.
They won the
They
war.
played the long game.
Right.
That's
Oh, you might have nuked us, but
right.
When it comes
We'll
to
get you
the
later. We'll get your kids.
I'll
oh,
get
all
you.
right. We'll switch to the Hulk cam because we got your mascot behind us there waving at us.
Hey, it's Sirloin, everybody.
Sirloin is on the Hulk
Sirloin.
cam. Good to have him back here. Good to have him take pictures with the
light-
kids. Oh, we got both of them. All
The
right.
delightful sirloin.
Yes.
Oh my god. And that's what
Sirloin and
he's Hulk
Hulk
Dog.
Hulk Dog.
Hulk Wolf.
Hulk Wolf, of course. Hulk
Hulk
Wolf.
Wolf.
I'm so glad I put that third camera up there so we can see all this. There's a lot going on here.
Look at
There's
this.
a
He's
lot
taking
going on.
inspiration.
Yeah.
Look at this. It's
We're in
amazing.
his Hulk outfit.
It's just charades at some point, right? This is just it.
Here, we'll take Todd's name off and we'll go back to, yes, anniversary. Very good. Yes, we're glad. They've been taking pictures with the kids and absolutely.
They are the constant. They are like Art Miles himself. They are the constant, the ebb, the wellspring.
We've been here,
Rodney,
Rodney, we've been here
right.
since day one. That's right.
Well, you've been here. Yeah.
Well, you were there.
I've been
we were
working.
discussing how we were there for that
Right.
marathon Jerry Lewis telethon
Yeah.
size
Yowza,
show we
yowza.
did that day for,
I felt like,
for
I
6
felt
hours.
like we're doing the old Happy Days dance-a-thon. Yowza,
So
yowza,
just
yowza.
keep going. fun.
Yeah.
So tell us about the unboxing that you were doing every week for stuff from the storage facility. Anything exciting you've opened up recently?
Well, we went through a lot of. I mean, I'm still processing a lot of stuff on the back end, but the prime pieces were very early on. They were a lot of high end Silver and Golden Age comic books.
Yes.
Yeah, is there still more of that left back there?
There's so much of that stuff left
Really?
still to do.
Wow.
But I'm bringing like a box of comics a week in, so there's constantly new product from the warehouse coming through. It's just the shows began to be a little bit redundant. So
Because the material you were pulling out was redundant, or here, bring it up a little. Don't forget, bring it to you.
It's just the same kind of it was.
a short wire there. Are you stepping on his
I don't know.
I don't know.
Okay, there you
Who
go. So
knows?
you don't have to lean
Better.
over. Poor fella's got to lean over in his own store.
Sorry.
No, it just
Okay.
it seemed like
It was feeling redundant to you.
a little bit, yes.
All right.
And I
You're-
hate to. If
you're like,
I
what's-
feel it's redundant,
What's
I
in this
feel
box? More.
More stuff.
Now-
more
and
porn.
and
Yeah,
for some
more
of these
porn.
some of these shows, were you
pictures
unboxing and you were seeing them for the first time as well?
Oh, yes.
So was
Yes.
there anything in there that you showed to the audience where you were like, I wish I hadn't shown them that because I want it for myself type situation?
Yeah. No, not really. It was, if I want it, I'll just take
This
it.
is a real question. This is a real question for
Yes,
you.
real question.
Real question.
This is real time.
Go ahead.
Real talk with Rodney Dubé.
Right.
Go ahead.
I have an actual question. Okay. Being a collector myself,
Yes. As
and you have been a collector in your life by yourself, how hard is it to be a store owner and yet not cave into the collector feeling kind of thing?
I found the secret. The secret to owning a store and being, I guess, exposed to possible product all
Yeah,
the time for
all the
your
time.
own collection all the time is to consider all of this
At your- at-
collection.
Okay.
And then it's
a good
and
way.
then every
thinking.
now and then I'll still find a piece where I'm just like I gotta have that.
that's right.
But
That ain't going anywhere
it's
but-
never been like I didn't get into this to add to the collection.
Yeah, no,
It's
no.
more
But I'm
like
just saying,
a-
you're like, because again,
yeah.
I know a guy that I don't know how he's just to me like the Grail hunter. This dude of
Yeah.
Star Wars stuff. You're like, oh, I was talking to somebody in Target. And they're like, wow, my uncle just died. He's got a whole entire perfect. He's got like 10 vinyl Jawas on cardback.
right.
All right, what are they worth? Oh, about $20.
Yeah,
Great. And the guy's
oh,
just
great.
retiring away. Just
No, we see.
he's one of those kind of guys.
I
I'm just
still
saying,
see
it's like
stuff come through, but it's like it's few and far between. Frankly,
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
I don't see nearly as much. I got into this. Frankly, I was hoping when I started this store that I'd see more G.I. Joe, Transformers, vintage Star Wars.
Yeah.
I don't see as much of it as I'd like to.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people are holding on to it.
People
but then
hold
I
it.
see those stories online where people are finding garages full of this stuff, and
Right.
I'm like, why not me?
well, yeah. Well, my apartment's full of it, so.
Every now and then I get lucky. I got a big Star Wars collection in this morning from my friend Rick Cole. Shout out to Rick. We went to high school together, and I haven't seen him in probably 20 years, and he dropped off his Star Wars stuff with me this morning. So I'm going through it now.
He knew he gave it to a good home. That's what he was
Yes,
thinking. That's
yes.
what he was thinking for
Well,
sure.
he
yeah.
had a local guy that wasn't paying quite as much as he would have liked, and I gave him a better deal. Hey everybody, it's Dan Caro, the Dan Caro.
I love how you just
Chaperone
introducing
to
people
the
as they come.
stars.
As you're introducing people as they come into the store. I love that.
They
That's
had
good.
a great time, Dan. They spoke very highly of you. You are the man of the hour. Yay.
It was pretty transformative.
Yeah. If you get a chance, if you want, you can get on the thing later if you like.
Yeah,
Talk for a minute.
we're live on Gods and Monsters Facebook page doing
Hell
our
yeah.
little anniversary
And
show. Today's
Take your
the 8th
time.
anniversary.
If you feel like it, jump in.
Please go around and shop
You're
for a
very
little
handsome.
while, and
You're
then come back.
incredibly photogenic.
Yes, come back and shop for a little bit, and then tell
Dan
us what
Caro,
you found.
everybody. Dan Caro. Or
So-
at least the idea of Dan Caro.
Suddenly, it's picked up again. I mean, it quieted down, and now it got real busy again.
It's got its things.
Yeah, it
No,
kind
but
of.
there was actually on Facebook there was I'm on plenty of those
Sure.
those vintage card
Me too,
group
me
people.
too.
I know. But did you hear the story about the guy that his mother passed? They're cleaning out the house, and in the top drawer in her bedroom was a brand new.
Oh man. Hey. Who? What's a photo?
Right in the middle of the story, and
What the-
and
Never mind my story.
Anna brings her friend Neil in to
Neil.
just walk
Okay.
around the
Why
store.
don't I give up my chair here?
Yeah.
Okay,
Well, I
all right,
give him my
please.
chair. What? No.
Get a photo up front.
Go get your
We'll get a photo
photo.
up front.
Get the photo with the sign. Welcome to Gods and Monsters. We're live on
It's
Gods
like-
and Monsters
yes.
show.
It's like a Bigfoot sighting. That's amazing.
Right.
And then we never saw him again.
And we never
Right.
saw.
And I went to go take a picture, and we never saw him again.
That was it.
She's got like one picture of him like Bigfoot, and that's it. We never saw him again.
It was very quite nice. Bye.
Oh boy.
Goodbye.
Well, excellent. Has he visited? Has he visited the store before?
He has. I think this is his first time in this location, but he was
Okay.
there
The other
early
location.
on at the old.
Gosh, I hope he walked past the Neil Gaiman section in the back. That's,
right.
You know, it's
I know.
could just be like, oh, I don't have that one, and then he
this-
actually purchased.
this old
Yes,
thing?
yes.
Right.
This altar that we've got to you.
If he does have like 30 seconds to sit with us,
I would love that.
I would like to just have you and him or Anna and him just sit just for a minute just to say hi. I don't want
That'd
to.
be
I
great.
don't want to bog you guys down too much. You obviously got
I
things
would
going
love it
on.
if it were Anna and he, because they
Okay,
I'm sure that they,
I suspected that as well, so I had a little graphic made up with his name on it.
I'll
I'm ready to
gladly
go.
give up my chair.
So go ahead with your story
Anyway,
while
so
he's
to-
out there.
Yeah, while he's out there before he interrupts me again.
Yes.
Neil Gaiman. Anyways.
The guy never even said anything, but he just came into the shot.
Hello. Just always
He
boy.
walked on like Don Rickles on the Tonight Show.
So anyway, point is, this guy's mother died, and so they're cleaning out the house.
Right.
Top dresser drawer in her bedroom
Yeah.
was a brand new, mint on the card, Luke Skywalker X-wing pilot that she meant to give him, but forgot and put it in the back of the drawer. So he's like, "So what do you guys think it's worth?" And I mean, the
Unopened.
unopened. Every dude's like, "Don't sell it. That's your mom, man. No way."
That's amazing.
But that was great. But they're like some dudes honestly make 500, but still, but don't sell it.
That's
Let's show the
amazing.
community. That was the whole thing about that stuff. You know?
People are coming in. They're getting pictures.
Or the other classic
Got a
story.
taxi. They're on their way out.
Oh, yeah, that was it. You know, I haven't seen your wife in 5 days.
No.
She ran off. But you ever heard about the one happened in Minnesota?
What happened in Minnesota?
Tell us.
Well, they were
Breaking news from Minnesota.
Yes.
Here we go.
Minnesota.
Breaking news. They were redoing a house, some old house built like around 1938, 1940,
Okay.
right?
Sure.
They were doing we're going to flip this house, taking down the walls. And inside, in the packing in between the studs, was a first appearance of Superman.
Yo.
In between the
Action Comics.
studs.
The studs.
Action Comics #1.
Yeah, no, the action. Yeah, the
that's
action.
action.
Yeah.
That's action.
And
House, 200,000.
so then they
In
were
between the walls, 1 million.
Right. No,
Hey
so-
everybody,
so then
it's
what happened-
Eric.
So
Eric, my grandson.
Welcome back with the
got a
Gods and
grandson
Monsters.
now.
Okay, so
We should get up.
yeah, let him and Anna
yeah,
sit
maybe
just
we'll
for a
get up.
moment. Just for a moment.
Let's see if we can get him. Hold on. Let's see if we can get him.
You'll be the one to
I'll
get
give
him.
him the look.
You have to
I'll
get
give
him.
this look. Give him the look, baby.
Perhaps he wants a picture with
They're
Darth
having a,
Vader.
I'm gonna go throw this out.
Okay, will you throw this out for me?
There's an empty seat. I don't
Thank
know
you,
why.
thank you.
Hey, look at these empty seats over here.
What do you think? You
That'd be
prefer the chair, the stool? Do you think
great.
Anna will sit with
they're
them?
Still, they're still looking around.
So we didn't we didn't say anything earlier.
They'll make it over
Camera
here
one.
eventually.
We were going to say that
Hey, Minotaur,
we
come in a little bit.
We may have a special
just a little
guest
bit. Come
sitting
here.
in on the show today briefly. Neil Gaiman is in town.
There we
Friends
go.
of Todd and Anna
right,
might
you
be
did
visiting
great.
with us
Good job.
briefly.
There were people backing up behind you. It's okay. It's okay. You're
Yeah,
great.
it's a blind spot. The whole costume. Oh.
Oh, what's
See,
happening?
that's all right. We just got bumped a little bit. Let me see the
God.
camera.
Everything's terrible.
We got bumped a little bit.
It's all going to hell. Cody's on it.
We're still good. We got a little bumped, but we're
we're
okay.
good for now.
We're okay. But I can't use that.
It's all chaos.
It's a little crooked, but that's all right. He's
I
right
know,
there.
right?
Yes,
It's
I know.
crazy. It's crazy, right?
So yes, please continue. You were going to say.
What was I gonna say?
What are you gonna say?
I don't know, man.
He's got some fans.
Well, yeah, he's going
Yeah.
to let him take some pictures. You know, I'll try and keep camera 3 up. We might see him in the background. And
Wouldn't that be great?
Yeah, I'm going to put a little graphic up.
Hi guys, welcome in.
Come in. Welcome to Gods and Monsters. We are live on Gods and Monsters Facebook page right now.
It's our
Live on their
anniversary
page.
today,
It's
so,
the 8th anniversary special.
Thank you.
Happy anniversary to
Thank
you,
you,
Todd.
thank you, yes.
Congratulations.
I know.
So yes, in the background we've got our mascots. We've got Neil taking pictures with fans.
That's right.
Now
Things are
who-
happening.
Who knew he was going to be in town? Was it announced?
It was not announced.
Okay, it was
just,
quiet.
He's in town with the kid and
Sure, absolutely.
and,
It's
Amanda's-
Central Florida.
I think Amanda's doing some shows
Okay.
here locally. And,
Okay.
they were just going to do the parks and hang out.
Excellent, excellent. Got to come by and visit the store. Maybe take a few photos, as it seems to be happening right now.
So my lovely wife, she put everything together, got accommodations and everything figured out.
Excellent. And then because I was at one point like an hour ago, I was like, we should have Todd sit down, and they were like, oh yeah, he had to be somewhere.
Yeah.
So it's like everything's back now. Now we
This
understand
weekend
why.
This weekend has been a lot. So
That's all right. That's right. A busy weekend for a
It's
very
okay.
important. Can you
It's
try
okay.
and reposition the center camera there? It got bumped a little bit. Yeah, a little bit. I think the front tripod leg got pushed a little,
Yep.
but
It was,
yeah. See if you can center the table again.
Minotaur chaos.
You don't have to zoom in and out. Just like the actual leg got kicked.
How we doing? How do I look?
I'm gonna put that camera back up and we'll take a look. All right, we're good. We're good again. Thank you.
How's the spot?
We're good again. Thank you. So yeah, they're kind of working the room right now. So
That's cool.
So we're
back
good.
to
We're,
Rodney stories.
yes, back to Rodney stories.
Good job, Rodney.
But you were. I had asked you about your unboxings and stuff that
Sure.
you've been doing.
Yeah.
Very popular. People
Yes.
purchasing things online from you. Maybe there's some things there you wanted for yourself, but you've been selling a lot of items.
I don't know if I really got. I don't really think I. Oh, you know what? I took. We got. There was an awful lot of media, a lot of DVDs, a lot of Blu-rays. The guy had owned a video store at one
Sure.
point, so there was a ton of that stuff. And this kind of got me back into collecting physical media again. I hadn't collected in years. I used to have a huge collection and lost it in a breakup, and now I'm back to that. So
Starting up
I
again.
did pull some pieces of interest. He had a lot of stuff, a very deep thing. And then I took everything that I didn't take for the store or for myself, and I sold it to a guy up in Knoxville.
Very good.
wow.
I drove it all up there about a week ago, and it
Wow.
was harrowing.
Is he gonna be?
Shout out to Grindhouse Video in Knoxville. Check it
I was gonna
out.
say He's starting his own store.
He's
right?
got his
Yeah.
own store already. It's he's established a lot of the same kind of aesthetic feel that we have, the reds and the blacks and the whole thing. But
Gotcha.
Yeah, he bought, and it was a lot, man. It was a whole cargo van full of boxes of stuff
And
So-
stuff you had gone through, right?
Stuff
You didn't.
I went through it. I got the stuff that I felt that we could either sell in the store
Okay,
or stuff I
okay.
wanted personally.
So nothing
And-
got past you that you didn't
Right,
get.
it
Okay,
was-
you got a
I
chance to see.
probably
Okay.
pulled half a dozen
Okay.
big boxes of stuff out, and
Just like 50 copies of Dances with Wolves.
that's right. That's right. All Dances with Wolves.
Now, when we spoke
You know me so well.
last time, you talked about the storage facility, but there was also an interest in the actual house. Did anything come of that? The guy who owned the storage facility, they were also possibly
you know what?
selling the house.
I never got a follow up on that. So we had the idea was like the last day of me clearing out the warehouse. I was just making conversation, and I asked what was her name? I think her name was Robin. Robin. I said, so what's next for you? What are you doing
Right.
after this? And she's like, oh, we're still cleaning out his house. And I'm like, oh, really?
Still?
She's like,
That's
that's where his. I think the guy had kind of become a hoarder
Sure.
over time in his own home, and so that was a possible prospect for
Right, because he was a hoarder of possibly really cool
I can-
things.
you know what? I've still got her info.
Yeah,
I can
could
probably
do a little
reach out
follow-up
and see
call,
what's up. Yeah,
just in
follow-up
case-
Call. A follow-up call may be in order, Rodney.
Yeah.
Why not?
But the storage
Why not?
facilities kept you busy for like a solid year, hasn't it?
It's ongoing.
Yeah.
I felt that it was always going to be a long
Mm-hmm.
and enduring process, and it is absolutely that. No, I'll be putting stuff out from the warehouse forever. I think.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
But that's cool. It's
Yeah,
weird
that's
stuff.
cool.
I like it.
How many warehouses do you have now?
Personal warehouses. We have. I just cleared out the video one that had all the video
Yeah.
stuff in it. But I have 4 for the store and 1 for our house.
Yeah.
So 5.
Wow.
5
And-
currently.
And speaking of
Had 6
lots,
up until a week ago.
Wow. Well, you're getting there. You're getting there.
Right, we're almost
getting
there.
there.
and
We're getting
speaking of owning lots and lots of items, what's the feline count at the house these days?
6. We're up to 6.
All right,
in
6.
the new house. We bought a house.
Correct.
About 2-3 months ago. So we are moving in slowly.
So there's always that fun adjustment of letting cats know what a new house is like.
We just had the back patio. What do you call it?
Porch.
Screened in
porch.
for,
Okay.
for the cats.
That's great.
So it's a big catio.
Our cats
now.
love the porch because
Yeah, dude.
that's their close.
Well, you've got the
we
the
have
window.
two.
You have the window thing though.
The porch?
No, what is that stuff?
the screen, the vinyl windows.
Yeah.
but you can slide them open and they have the screen. That's as close to the outdoors as an indoor
They
cat
didn't,
can get.
They didn't know what to
And
do.
they love
Like,
it.
most of them have been completely indoor cats forever, and then to give them somewhat access to outdoor air and all that, they were just
Yeah,
like,
it's
"Ugh."
like this is nature.
No,
I'm a
it's
part
great.
of nature now.
But Loki and Lily are the two newest.
Mm-hmm.
A black and a
And
gray.
Loki has not reverted back to human
Not
form
yet. Not yet. We're,
Still
we're
a
waiting.
cat.
We're waiting. Yeah, can you tell what we were watching when we got that one? That's a good time. It's a good time frame.
So I guess it is a good problem to have. You're just the store is filled with
It's-
stuff. You know,
It's really jam packed,
Yeah.
and Al's probably going to kill me for this Star Wars collection I just took in because I just don't. I don't have
Is it
room.
in the back?
It is.
Can I take
Of
a peek?
Oh
course
yeah, you take a
can.
little peek. It's right. Oh yeah, I took just a little peek as well. Yes.
Curious.
Yeah.
So you're saying some of those items are going to end up out here, or
Oh,
those are the
yeah.
items that are? Oh, okay.
Oh
okay,
yeah,
okay.
no, it's. I've been putting stuff out all day, and I sold my bomber. I had a bomber up there, and it sold. But
Is that the one you were setting up there earlier today?
it was.
Yeah.
it's
Yeah,
all
did you
The,
put stuff
for the
up?
game, the Armada thing?
next to the Armada thing.
Yeah, was that part of the
That
game?
was a TIE bomber. We had a
Oh.
We
Uh,
were
Power
looking
Force
at
TIE
something
bomber.
either. Tell us about the Boba Fett for 400. It's got an autograph on it.
Oh, yeah,
I'll
it's,
take Boba Fett for 400.
A Jeremy Bullock signed,
Yeah.
a Jeremy
Gotcha.
Bullock autographed blaster.
Jeremy Bullock is Boba Fett.
is Boba Fett. That
David,
was-
David Prowse.
That was David Prowse all
every,
day.
every audit. David Prowse
yeah, I remember.
is Darth Vader,
Sure he is.
along
Sure
with a
is.
few others. But I
You
love
know.
So things seem to be going well at the store. You're busy.
It's
you,
great.
You
We-
made it to year 8, which is 7 years more than most small businesses.
We are up to
Yeah,
15 employees now, which
Yes.
is bananas.
Excellent,
between,
excellent.
Between the store and the bar, yes, 15. We've got a dedicated eBay person now, which
Yep.
is essential. May is awesome.
it. 15 people.
15 people, open 7 days a week.
And we're
You
open
yourself
every day.
occasionally take a day off, I'm sure, once in a
I'm
while.
thinking,
Actually,
I'm thinking
it's
like poor
weird.
Todd working himself into the ground. No, he's got 15 people doing that for him.
Right. The last couple of years have seen my role here kind of scale back.
Good.
I'm
That was
almost
sup-
more behind the scenes.
That was supposed to happen,
I-
right?
right,
It was
yeah.
supposed to happen.
right. And as it's happening,
So-
I'm realizing that was always how it was
all right, time out again.
Yeah, wait, what's happening?
Okay. Again, aesthetics, meaning the store aesthetics.
Yes, sir.
Are you still kind of putting the stuff out, or somebody now knows how to knows your style
Here-
and mantle?
here's-
because your stuff is always dialed in.
Thank
so-
you. Here's what's going on. What will normally happen is my day crew will usually put the stuff out primarily,
Right.
and the day or two I'm here a week, I'll come in and I'll straighten everything. Or,
Yeah,
like if
because-
it's not up to
Well, I mean, I worked retail for a while,
Sure.
and it's technically called store standards. In other words, you always see, if you go out to Publix or anything,
it.
you'll see like the shelves. They're kind of empty. Well, the kids, I got it before I leave.
Yeah.
They're pulling
Don't-
every the product
don't
forward.
the
make it look-
distributors send pictures of how the section is
Yeah.
supposed to look?
Yeah, because
Yeah,
I mean,
I should do that, right?
Because yeah, that's
This
what
is
they
how
do.
you pose.
So
You
yeah.
know? No, I still I'm still a straightening fool. I straighten and I front.
You
and
still work
I-
the register. I've seen
I
you do it.
every now and then I
Yeah.
get on the register too.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
It's not the same as it used to be, but that's kind of good, I guess.
Good. You're kind of you're allowing
Right.
yourself to scale back a little bit,
Right.
right? It's not required that you're always out here.
That's right.
Okay. Good. And Anna the same way. She's kind of she's usually more behind the scenes.
She is the brains, as you know, behind
So
this
how
whole
does the
project.
15 people scenario? No, I'm serious. How does this kind of work? Is it you have like 2 people on per, or
2 or 3 people usually on our busy days, just so you have register coverage, front of house coverage, back of house coverage.
Okay.
And then at least 1 or 2 people on the bartender, bar back.
Oh,
Okay.
15 includes the bar.
But then you've got coverage for those people. You've
Right.
got the eBay girl. You've got
Right.
But yeah, 15 seems high to me too. Believe me.
No, I find it really, I mean, fantastic. I'm just curious because it's kind of, I'm just thinking like, well, the place is a little small.
Yeah.
They're not here all at once.
Right.
We would be tripping on employees
Correct.
working. So
That's right.
I'm just wondering
Yeah.
how the Excel spreadsheet
we've
looks
seen,
like.
I think a lot of places have seen an uptick in theft in the last
Yeah.
with the recession as it is, or whatever with the economy as it is. So we've seen a little bit of that on our shore as well. So
Yeah, that's
I think having
unfortunate.
coverage on the floor is just smart.
That's good.
Uh,
you need the Matt Lauer lock on your door that you,
You
can
know?
just click from underneath the table in case you see some suspect. Just click, and then
I-
suddenly they're locked in.
I just got locks with alarms for all the
Right.
DTOFs and everything.
Yeah.
Oh, Dan's coming. You sure you don't want to say hi? Say come to Gatorland.
What's that?
You want to say come
Come to
to
Gatorland?
Hey, look, everybody, it's Dan Carroll from Gatorland.
Everybody come to Gatorland.
Let's go to your camera. All right, there you go. You're on the Hulk cam right there.
How's it going?
Hey, look at that, it's Dan Carroll.
I'm Dan Caro. They don't care.
Gatorland.
They don't care. But go to Gatorland. Gatorland's fun.
I care.
This
Do you
segment
care?
sponsored by Gatorland.
Get over here.
Thanks, buddy. Yeah, I had a fun day today at Gatorland.
Did you?
Yeah,
Yeah, what'd you do at Gatorland today?
just hung out
That's how we
with
keep
my
the
buddy.
name in. We keep the name in.
You
Hung
made
out
it-
with my friend, had fun.
You made a purchase today? Anything exciting?
I did. I got American Gods.
Of course.
Yep, and Sandman, like the deluxe edition.
It seems to be a themed bag. I wonder why.
I wonder why.
Sandman didn't get
I don't know.
autographed.
Somebody
did
drew in them though.
Is that right?
So yeah.
Somebody drew on him.
But I cherish that. It's amazing. So yeah. But yeah, had a great day. I met Neil Gaiman.
You met Neil Gaiman.
I did.
Bananas.
I got to talk to him.
Renowned scribe Neil Gaiman.
It was transformed. 10 out of 10. Would recommend hanging out with him.
Would recommend driving in Monster Truck again.
Would recommend. Yes. Oh my gosh. So we talked about Star Wars and Indiana Jones, Planet of the Apes. Like
They spoke
we
very highly.
we talked about all kinds of stuff. It was fantastic. So yeah, wonderful, wonderful human being.
I'm so happy we had Dan Carroll to call.
So
We needed it.
yeah. So yeah, if any of you have any celebrities you need to entertain for the day, Gatorland's a great place for that.
Any
Heck yeah.
celebrity monster truck enthusiast.
Right.
Yeah, just
Any-
send them to Dan Caro at Gatorland.
Right.
Absolutely. There you go. That's what you do.
You want to, if
So-
anything, you want to put your head in the jaws of the gator.
No, we don't do that. We don't do that. They do that at other parks. We don't
okay.
do that here. No. We're very safe. Very safe. Yes. So, congratulations on the anniversary.
8th anniversary today.
Oh my gosh! Wow.
Who knew?
I knew.
Dan knew.
I knew.
I actually knew too.
Why didn't you
but-
ask me 8 years ago? I would have told you this was totally going to work.
Yeah.
Survived,
yeah.
the pandemic. Like nothing. Like it was
Survived.
nothing.
That was nothing.
All thanks to Dan Carroll.
I don't think that's true whatsoever.
Wow.
So if me buying an occasional comic saved the day, then you're welcome.
I
guess.
It's that $3.99 that puts us there every time.
Every time.
Made it. We did it.
That's why every time I walked out, I'd hear like, yes, yes, we get to eat. Yay!
We can hire another employee.
What's all this confetti?
Wow, you bought Spider Ham. Awesome. We're okay now. Man, you're very. Thank you. You are.
Hey, everybody, go to Gatorland.
Congratulations.
Dan visiting us from Great Gatorland, live on Facebook. Live on the Facebook
buddy.
page on Gods and Monsters. Well, that was very cool.
You know-
You'd mentioned him earlier, and I'm glad he
Right.
came back around.
This podcast brought to you by Gatorland.
Gatorland.
Somebody drew on it, he said.
That guy Neil Gaiman who drew on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably-
He'll
probably.
do that. If you know what? Yeah, leave him alone for a second. He'll draw on your shit. It's rough, man.
I suppose he should just go and draw on all the things that are on that shelf there, and you can change the prices.
He just takes a Sharpie and just
Damaged. Yeah. Suddenly it's up. Neil
Or
Gaiman.
just grab a handful of sand and just throw it on
these
there.
books manhandled by
Right,
Neil
Neil
Gaiman.
Well, everything's got sand on it. It's Neil Gaiman sand. You just threw it on
It's
there.
not the same. This
What
is
you
the
ought to
real
do is
deal.
you ought to take out your phone, and have Neil adjust, all the books on the shelf. Put it together.
right. This shelf curated by.
Let's make it nice.
You know?
Ah,
Look at that.
we haven't had very many celebrities on the show.
I
Of
know,
course,
it's
from
true.
Gatorland, but
sad. What's wrong with us?
If Neil's available, that would be.
I would love
wonderful.
that. Wouldn't
but,
that be
you know,
great?
he's back there. He's signing
know
autographs.
what?
But he's also on vacation.
Right.
So let him
Right.
relax.
He
Just
might
the fact
not.
that he's in the store is a
You
wonderful
might
thing.
not. We have proof.
That's true. He
did
walked
walk
right
through.
through,
What we'll do-
right in the middle of Rodney's
what you
story.
do-
Right.
You isolate that
And just freeze
5
it.
seconds
oh,
of him walking
oh, that's
by.
the thumbnail for this episode. When people go and then they watch it for 6 hours, you're like, where is he?
Well, and then you slow-mo it, and we
Right.
ADR. So, Cole, blimey.
He was there. He did
I'm
a
terrible
walk.
at this.
He just did a walk
And that's
by.
and that is my best Neil
And
impression.
then everyone is interviewing us in 16mm film.
That's right.
So anyway, we were talking.
I could just sit here and
then
I could just sit here and talk real nice about him for an hour, but I mean, he's
So, is there anything you're looking forward to in the near future when it comes to the store? Any
God,
big
just
event
taking a
or a big
nap,
item
dude.
coming
I'm
out?
so
or-
tired all the
yeah,
time.
I know. This is your busy time.
well,
Welcome. Come on in. Go back to Hulk Cam so we can
Yeah.
see the store. Good.
It's
Now,
so
anything?
It's so funny. I think some people caught wind that he was going to be here at some point today, so
Yeah.
I keep seeing the
You
same
keep
people.
seeing the same people come back. Yeah.
It's amazing.
You know, I had a little graphic up on the screen that said that Neil Gaiman is here.
Oh, my God.
So if anybody that's at home,
Oh, is that
just,
right?
Just drive on over.
Oh, man.
We'll put that We'll put that graphic back up. I don't know how much
Drifting,
longer he's
and
going
we're
to be here,
drifting,
but
right?
boom. Neil Gaiman visits Gods and Monsters. All right, the graphic's up on the screen.
You know.
But maybe he'll be able to stop by.
So are you Tyrese? Are you Tyrese in
Yes.
the situation?
I am.
So are you going to allow yourself a summer vacation this year?
You know, I'd like to get. I think this is kind of my vacation.
Jeez, this is your vacation?
We're getting a room at the Hard Rock. We just checked into the Hard
Oh,
Rock.
very good.
And we're bopping around tomorrow at the parks. with
Okay,
them
very
and-
good.
and stuff. So it's it's cool. It's just a lot with the new house, moving in, and all that stuff. It's every minute of my day is if I'm not here, I'm there, and it's.
I feel like now since 8 years ago when we did the show, this is your third house in 8 years?
That sounds right.
Because you
Yes.
were in one,
Correct. And then we moved
and
to
then
another
you
one.
moved to another one, and then now
All right.
house number 3 though. Okay,
Yeah,
good.
But
You got
this
enough-
one we bought this one.
Okay,
This
good.
is our
And
house.
enough
Right,
room
you
for
had-
all the
that's
cats.
Right. You had something that was kind of some kind of deal. Or
We
whatever
were renting for a while with it was Anna's mother's.
Yes.
Gotcha.
And she had bought it for us, and then she decided that we were going to sell that.
Okay,
and
good.
Use that to purchase a new
All right.
house.
And you're mostly moved in, you said?
We're basically moved in. Everything is kind of there. It's just kind of getting.
You're done with
Right.
the old house.
Yes.
Okay,
Old house
all right,
is done.
you're done
and
with
sold,
all that?
Sold in a day, by the way,
Oh,
with
yeah.
this market.
This market,
Holy
yeah, sold
crap,
it in a
dude.
day.
It was crazy.
That's excellent. And then the cats are all adjusting to a new home.
Cats love it.
So how hard was it getting a newer house because of the market?
Well, we looked at probably a dozen or so different ones, and Anna's very good about like
Online, yeah,
shopping and
online
all that.
walkthroughs
And we had a
and-
great realtor, Eric Panzone, who is
Good.
Who,
Nice little plug.
He worked at a comic shop, and,
Oh, okay.
but does real estate
Oh,
as his
that's cool.
primary, and he's gotten us our last several houses. And Eric was instrumental in doing this one too.
Oh, excellent.
It was great.
All right.
So thank you, Eric.
Is it a drive for you to work now, or you're okay?
It's funny. It's the same, almost to the minute. It's the same amount, but in the other direction.
Okay.
We were in Hunters Creek, and now we're in Altamont Springs.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
okay.
I was
Now, where
discussing
are you?
this,
Like Mary.
like
So-
Mary, and
Oh,
I'm in
yeah.
Castleberry.
You're right up the
we
road.
we
We
were
can hang out.
Actually, we
Movie
could.
night.
we were
Actually, good.
discussing
Very nice.
we were discussing this earlier.
It's all right.
The I-4 Express lane.
Amazing.
Very nice.
I'm basically going
I
to say
voted for it. I
Gods and
voted for it.
Monsters has its own exit. I'm saying you've got the Kirkman left turn exit on the express lane.
Right.
No more I-4, just
know,
express lane.
it's great.
I don't even know what they're charging me. I don't even care.
don't care.
I just love it. I just get right
It's-
on that thing.
I literally voted for a best new thing in Orlando.
Right, it was.
Because it's amazing.
It is. It is to go. I get on Maitland, and I can take it all the way to you. I feel like I take it right to
man.
the store now.
And you should.
I love
You should
it.
always. Anybody listening to this,
I
anyone,
went-
anyone within earshot.
I went to Pennsylvania with my brother for a family trip.
Yeah.
And we went through South Carolina
Hi guys.
and
Welcome
into
in.
North Carolina completely, all the way through
Yeah.
on I-95, 2 lanes in each side.
That's crazy.
I'm like,
no more
you
of that.
can't go at least 3, you know?
I tell you what, man, that the ride up to Knoxville for that video delivery.
75, right?
I did, yeah, and it's so pretty, but it's so boring.
Did you drive a truck?
I did.
the van.
I drove a cargo van, like
Right.
an extended cargo van.
yeah.
And the truck wouldn't let me go over 75. Last time I went through Georgia, I went to Ohio to grab my sister to bring her home, and on the way back I got a $1,000 ticket.
How?
$1,000 ticket in Georgia. I got it was 8. Get this.
Were you transporting people in the back of the car for $1,000?
The ticket
What
was
are you
$800.
doing?
The ticket was $865. Look at this. Look at this gorgeous. Look at this gorgeous
Hello,
lady.
welcome to Gods
Hi,
and
everybody.
Monsters
Come over here so you're on
live.
camera so they see
right.
what I'm talking about.
Hold on, I'm like stuck. Hold on. Hold on.
Take your time. Take your time.
Come on,
Say hi-
stand next to Todd.
say hi.
You're live on Hulk camera over
Hey,
here.
look.
But come on over. Stand next to Todd.
Where's my good side, right? Hey, everybody.
Oh, okay. Hang on. You're on that
Say
camera. Let me
hi.
switch over to it.
You
Okay.
dancing tonight?
I'm dancing
She-
tonight.
she-
Here,
will
so
be dancing
turn
in
around.
the,
This is you look at this camera here. There you are. You're on the Hulk camera.
If you get 5 minutes, you should jump on the show and talk to them about your dancing.
Awesome.
So you'll be
Maybe
dancing in the vault this evening. Yes, we're live on Facebook right now. Gods and Monsters Facebook page.
Are you running late?
Actually, I'm not. I'm actually here a little early.
Sit and talk.
All right.
Awesome.
Step away, I'll be back.
I actually
Alright.
hold this because I really have to pee.
Oh,
I
no.
just drove all the way from Lakeland.
You can do that here on camera.
All right. We'll be here. We'll be here.
It's a great show.
That is a different type of content. And that
Why did our viewers
I don't know
just
if I can
triple?
say that on Facebook.
We just tripled in viewership. What just happened?
Gods and Monsters OnlyFans. We've got to go do your thing.
I'll be right back.
Oh,
Yay.
she's one
So
of your
1,000
dancers.
She's one of our
So,
dancers.
that's probably
She's one of our primaries. She's
Okay.
here a lot.
so. Coming to the stage.
Coming to the stage.
It's $1,000 ticket.
So
Oh, okay, yes.
$865 for the ticket,
Uh-huh.
and then I paid that begrudgingly. I paid that, and then they sent me a thing called the Super Speeder. It was $200 extra, so my
Because you're from out of state?
so my license would remain legal in Georgia. And I was like, really?
What?
Like, I know.
Super speeder.
Such a scam.
It should come with a
That's a-
certificate or
I
something
know.
cool,
I
right?
was- that guy
I'd actually
$1,000 ticket.
I would actually sue on that one.
Okay,
I'd be
so
like,
No,
what were the numbers we were
That's
talking
like-
about here?
just because it sounds so fake.
but that's like no, but that's like what it sounds like what California's trying to do. Like if you move out of California and if you can get a rental truck,
Yeah,
a
yeah.
rental truck costs like $7,000 to rent because everyone's just leaving there.
Right.
They now want to try and pass a tax for up to like 10 years. They'll still keep taxing you because if you moved out, because they're like, I mean, talk about the most jilted lover of all time.
Wow.
But you owe me. Like
owe me all
it's
this-
like it's alimony. You're paying like.
We're talking like
Crazy
like
California.
Cannonball Run speeds here. What are we
Yeah.
talking about? What was the speed? What were the numbers here?
It was okay. So it was probably 70. I think it was 70.
What, in a 35?
Well, no,
were you,
no.
Were you in a school zone?
No, the limit was 70,
Okay.
and I was trying to keep up with my sister, who is a bat out of hell.
Okay.
Right.
So I was, I think, like just topping out at about 100.
Okay, here we go, here we go.
Yeah. No, believe me, there was validity to the ticket, but it was so much. I mean, I couldn't believe it.
That is a lot.
Yeah.
That's some sticker
That's
shock
a
when you
lot.
go to sign that.
Crazy.
You're like,
So much, I almost left my wife just so she didn't find out.
Wow.
Yeah, I love her.
Wow.
So I decided to stick it out.
boy, that's a tough hit, though.
I know, man. It was bad.
You take
It
a
was
long
bad.
drive like that, you hope for
But
some sort of.
thankfully, the truck that I got for the Knoxville trip wouldn't let me go over 75. So
Okay.
it was a smooth. And by the way, if you're only allowed to go 75, by the end of it, when you're going 75, you feel like you're going 100. It's great.
They put a
So,
restraining bolt on him
Right.
to keep him down
Yeah,
to 75.
75.
called a-
Nobody
called-
even looked
it's
at
called
me
a
twice.
Chevy Governor.
It's great.
Yeah.
That's right. I couldn't believe it.
Wow. So I was asking about summer vacation. You're going
Right.
to try and do
Yeah.
a little something.
I mean, you know, a lot of so much of my time is, you know what? I'll probably spend most of the vacation in what would be vacation time, just fixing the house up and
New house, new stuff
Yeah,
to work
we're
on. Yeah.
Here at the store, we're redoing
So-
a lot of the lighting.
Well,
and
why Altamont? I mean, in the sense of just
well, funny story. We moved there
because it's kind of close to.
and
Just
to nobody important
Right,
exactly.
just
It's
saying.
nobody important at all. No, we originally got there. We were right up the road from Anna's best friend and lawyer, Suzanne Mealy of Mealy
Okay.
and Jay. Also up for, I think.
You should have called for the
that's up-
ticket. Sorry.
You know,
Had some in the back pocket there.
No
Didn't see
kidding.
that one.
But,
Use your resources,
But
people.
we found out today that they're moving to North Carolina.
Oh,
so we're like,
no.
no, what? So
You should sue them. They're a lawyer.
every-
Sue them. Now you can take them to court.
that's right.
You promised.
But
Dun, dun,
Altamont
dun.
to Gods and Monsters, not a long drive now, right?
Oh, it's 20 minutes.
It's great.
20
I know,
minutes.
I mean,
it's
that.
great.
I mean,
Hi guys,
you
welcome
know,
in.
that little
Back to the
corner
Hulk
of
camera.
because you know Castleberry, Lake Mary, Altamont. That little corner of this little world over is actually it's pretty good living
yeah,
over around.
yeah,
there.
we're good. We're good in Castleberry. I love it.
We are. What is it? We are. Isn't Orlando like the highest cost of living in the U.S. right now?
Yeah, next to Miami. Yeah.
yeah,
Ooh-wee.
yeah.
Yeah. You know what throws me off growing up in Sarasota that people actually know when I say Sarasota, like, oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, it used to be like it's this little town with a bunch of retirees and me, and it's 50 miles down from Tampa.
Miami.
Never heard of it.
I guess
never heard of
finally-
you either.
I guess Miami finally got a comic book store. I don't know their name.
They don't have a comic book store.
I think so. Miami.
How's that possible?
Any Miami natives that come through, or I'm always like, "Who's your local store?" And they're like,
They're like
"We
Crockett
only
and Tubbs
have one."
comics.
And like 2 days ago, we had a group come in from Miami who had opened a store, and they bought like $2,000 worth of product from us.
Wow.
I know. Had their tax certificate and everything. So I was like, hell yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
But wow,
Good.
before that though, nothing.
Well, I mean, I
I'm
mentioned
always so sad when
I-
people don't have a comic book store.
I mentioned him, Tate's, because you mentioned
Tate's is great.
Did you finally make it to Tate's down there?
I've still never made it today.
Wow.
You're too busy. I got this thing.
I know.
I got this thing I'm doing.
I'm
Well,
just
you got like 15. You got 15
I got
people
15
doing
people now,
doing
right?
your thing.
cuts
Keep
a
going
wide
on.
shot of the thing. Okay, there we go.
The
Now
thing.
we're looking
Hey,
at the
look at
Hulk
the thing.
camera. The thing.
Look at all this thing.
Look at all this stuff back
No, but
here.
because Tate's is. I mean, I've been in Tate's. It's really cool. I mean, you guys are cut from the same cloth.
Right.
I mean,
Well, I took a lot
You
of-
guys are OCD masters. You know, this is
Right.
what it should be.
I took a lot
New
of
Fox game show, OCD masters.
Right.
It's got to be perfect.
No, I
like
took
Tetris.
I took a lot of my cue from him. Like Tate's done very, very well with his space.
Yeah.
I was always very inspired by his like tent sales, like the tent sales that he does outside, outdoors and everything. I was always such a fan. It's time.
Is this one of the 15?
I think it's time.
It's time. You're heading out.
Well,
Are we out of
time.
time? We're out of time.
I'm leaving. Oh no.
You're heading out.
I
You're
think
going.
later.
You said you're going to the Hard Rock, right?
I think we're headed to the Hard Rock.
Heck yeah. Well deserved. Well deserved. Bet it all on black.
All right.
Go to the casino.
Good to see you guys.
It's very good. Congratulations.
We may be back after dinner. I don't know if you will, but
Congratulations on 8 wonderful years.
Thanks, man.
And I'll get back here with Greg eventually.
I'll see you on the ninth one.
I have an entire Tupperware container of things I want you to look at. I just want to sell to Gods and Monsters. It's an
Vote for us on
Orlando Weekly. Yes, for the Orlando Weekly. For best comic book store.
Goods and services. And
Yes.
Best comic shop. And all
And for the bar as well.
See you, man.
Oh, yeah,
All right.
I'll come back. I'll come back around.
All right.
Now,
You gotta,
that-
see that, you gotta see that collection.
I know. Now the highway's open.
You can sneak back there. You have my permission.
I know. I've been back to.
to go look.
We can maybe do a box reveal. Art.
the whole
We'll go-
camera,
we'll-
that's
we'll-
Todd
you and I-
Fisher,
You and I will go
everyone.
back there together. We'll reveal.
Todd Fisher heading out. Probably going out to dinner.
Switching off mic number 3. Turning it off.
Thank
Turning
you.
it off.
Thank you for that. You
Click.
can set that there.
Good old Mackie Mixers. I now know a mixer. You saw me run a mixer live on TV.
Oh yeah.
Is that kind
Many
of
many inputs.
Well, I mean, like, when you do live audio on news, TV, crazy news, best way to describe it, it's like playing the piano and driving stick shift at the same time. That's what I call it. What are you doing? I'm playing Chopin, and I'm in the 4th gear.
All right, we're gonna go back to the Hulk camera here. So our guest he did a quick walk by. Neil Gaiman is
Neil
here. He's in
Gaiman's
town.
here.
He's
He interrupted
vacation or
my
whatever.
story.
But he's friends with Todd and Anna, so
Yep,
we
long
were
ago.
able to at least get a
Yep.
glimpse of him.
And no picture. We have no picture.
No
of him.
picture
we have
and
we
just
have
a
no
quick
proof.
hey, and then
Not
he
even a
kinda
hey.
just-
He just interrupted us.
I
And that
know.
was it.
Okay. But hey,
Okay.
listen, we've been rocking and rolling here for 2 hours and 52 minutes. We'll get to the 3-hour mark. We'll hit 3 hours, and then maybe we'll start to call it.
Yeah.
Let's go back to Rodney's
Do
camera.
you have a?
Oh, you're back. Yes.
Hi.
Here, come have a seat here.
Put the mic back
Turn the
on.
mic back on. Power it
I'm
up.
like a 12-year-old boy right now. I did
Yes.
not know I was gonna be on camera today.
All right. So now you're on this camera with Rodney here.
Awesome.
So well, introduce yourself to the camera here. This is Facebook Live, Gods and Monsters page.
Hello, everyone. My name is Doll Porcelana. I am the head cage dancer and go-go here at Gods and Monsters, aka Vault 5421 in Orlando.
What time will we
Wow.
see you this evening?
I will start dancing at around 8 p.m. and going until 12 a.m. Yeah, my math is right.
Okay, gotcha. Now, have you danced here before?
Yes, actually, I've been dancing here since, oh God, hold on. I have to math really quick. 2017, and then 18, and then 19.
And then we had to
20,
take a break in
21,
20 and 21. There was a
22, hold on. Like 5 years. I don't know. I'm not good
okay,
at math.
okay. Wow. Okay, I was just looking at your shot. Okay, good. Your camera is up there. Okay, so tell us how you found out about Gods and Monsters.
Well, actually, I first used to visit you guys all the time when you were in the other location.
The big one.
Correct.
The
The
big
other
store.
location, yes.
And actually, I did one of your guys' commercials. I was like one of the little cosplayers in the background. You guys posted something on Facebook talking about like, hey, we need some cosplayers to be in our little
yeah.
background next to us for commercials.
I remember when Todd Nana did that. I wasn't involved
Yeah.
with
Yeah,
that,
it
but
was
Todd
you.
Nana did that, yes.
It was so much fun, and I just kept visiting it from there on out just because it was just such a cool place. You would walk into it, and it kind of felt like you're almost going into like a whole nother world. It just did a beautiful job at capturing that ambiance, and they still managed to redo it here in their new location. And I have just such a happy, nostalgic feeling every time I walk into here.
Absolutely,
And then-
absolutely.
I want to say in 2017, one of my close friends who I worked with at Halloween Horror Nights, he sends me this Facebook post and says, hey, you better be auditioning for this. I'm like, what? And it's for go-go dancing at Vault. And I'm like, I look at the watch and I'm like, okay, if I leave work at this time, at the time I was working at this call center, I'm like, okay, I'm like, yeah, I think I can make the auditions. I'll just throw on something really quick. It's post-apocalyptic. It don't gotta look pretty.
That's fine. You just walk through. Just walk through normal. That's fine. It's a high traffic area. It's supposed to be.
It's not a limbo game.
No.
No,
So,
it can be a limbo game.
so what was it you did at Hollywood Horror Nights?
I was actually a scare actor.
Oh, okay.
I was a pole dancing succubus in Festival of the Deadliest. And
Okay.
You can see how that transitioned over to
Yeah.
Smooth transition
Right.
right over to the
Yes.
vault.
A lot of
Over here.
succubuses, usually on poles.
And then how many years have you done that at Universal?
I think I only did it 2 years. I ended up having to drop, I want to say in 2018, due to the fact that I was working like 3 jobs.
Something had to go.
Right.
I was like,
Right.
I'm if I keep doing this, I'm gonna get maybe 2 hours of sleep in between,
Yeah.
and maybe like 5 minutes to eat something.
What's a normal day at Universal Studios? Hours, like
Oh well, I know it's changed.
For
When
you.
I did it, like I was seasonal, but I remember when I did it, we would, depending on what cast you were in, you would have to clock in whether it was at 5 p.m. or 6 p.m. depending if you were cast A or B. I was cast A, so I had to clock in right at 5 p.m. And then depending on the days, some days would go until like 3 a.m. And then if you took accountability into having to return your costume to wardrobe
3
and then
a.m.
waiting to take your makeup off, it was a process. It was a lot of fun, but
But then the drive home, and then you got to get ready
Drive
for the next
home.
day. So that got to be a bit much, I'm guessing.
yeah. And then I got diagnosed with asthma in 2018, and then with all the fog
You're
in
right.
my
The fog
body,
machines. Yeah.
I was like,
Oh,
yeah,
I didn't think
Yeah.
about that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I can't keep doing this, guys.
Yeah. No.
I have to listen to my body, even though I was like, yeah, let's do all the things. My body's like,
Yeah. No.
So 3
Slow
jobs,
down.
and for health reasons, something had to go.
yeah. So it was sad because I'm like, oh my god, it's such a cool job, but I'm like,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
have to be an adult and do the boring
Oh.
thing.
You have to be an adult and have things like asthma, like adults.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
I have to have like that annoying condition that just comes with.
That's
being a
interesting, though.
human.
Some people have like childhood asthma and then they outgrow it. It's like you did the
Yeah.
opposite. You got it later.
The funny thing is, I had it in my childhood,
Oh,
and then it randomly disappeared and then came back. And
Oh,
they're
lay
like,
dormant.
fog machines.
I was like, what caused it? And they're like, it can be anything. It can just be the humidity. It can just be like the allergens in Florida. We have a lot of trees, and I'm like,
And when did you get? When did it return?
it returned around 2018.
Oh, okay.
The doctors were like, "Do you hang around a lot of fog machines?"
Right.
Well,
yeah.
All the
Do you
fog
dance near a lot of fog machines?
Yeah. Why?
Yeah. Why is that?
I mean, I also was I still do burlesque, but at that time I was doing burlesque, and a lot of shows did have fog machines.
Yeah.
And then when I would do special events at the Castle in Ybor, really awesome place too, by the way. They would use a lot of fog machines as well.
Ybor and Tampa?
Yeah, I was gonna say you're working a lot
Oh,
between
okay.
the 2 cities.
Oh
there.
yeah.
Wow, that's a
I
lot of
know.
drive.
The
A
money
lot of
to-
Yeah.
miles. A lot of miles
You know,
on the car.
you know I-4 very well.
A little too well.
Oh, geez. Okay, so you had to give up the Universal thing. So what's a full time job for you right now?
Right now, I am a sales supervisor at Sephora in Lakeland.
okay.
Okay,
So
very
if
good.
anybody needs makeup and you're in the Lakeland or Central Florida
Gotcha.
area, come holla at your girl.
And
I'll
then
help
how
you
many
out.
days a week would we find you here?
Sometimes I can be here maybe 1-2 days a week. I do like to rotate my girls that I have performing in the cage. I
Sure.
like to make sure everybody gets an equal opportunity
Good.
to have fun, cosplay, dress up, dance in the cage. I know it's a very beautiful, euphoric moment when you get into the cage for the first time. And I'm here to be everyone's cheerleader. If my team is feeling and doing their best, even if I'm like the worst act of the night, that's all I care about is everybody else feeling their best.
I wonder if she was here when David Martin from Fox 35 does the morning show, and
Did they put David
been
in
here
the,
for the vault.
Did they put him in the cage?
No, they didn't put him in the cage.
Okay.
But he's been here before for the morning show when the vault, not first opened, but when they started. Oh, I know. It was when the vault switched over and they were doing Escape Room for a while. But there were
Right.
people
Remember
dancing
that.
in the cages for his segments. Do you remember
Right.
being on the morning show at all on Fox
I
35?
actually tried to get on the morning show, but due to my day job at the time,
Weren't able.
I was not able to. However, my very close friend who no longer lives in Florida, she now runs her own go-go troupe over in Tennessee. Her name was, I just drank a bunch of Monster, so my
Sure.
brain is a little
Right.
doo-doo-doo.
It's all right. Her name will pop up.
Um,
Eventually,
but-
it'll pop up here.
But I'm trying to remember because she recently changed what she goes by, and I don't want to use her.
Don't want to use the
on
incorrect name.
camera.
Then we got to re-edit.
Right,
And there's a
right.
whole
But-
bleeping it
So
out
I want to be
thing.
respectful. I'm
She's
sorry.
like, that's not
brain
my
is
go-go
just-
name.
My brain is just like all over the place
Okay.
right now. I normally don't drink that much energy drinks, but for some reason after work today, I was like, I'll take a Monster and then I'll go zoom.
So, for those that are watching at home that are interested about what you do here, what can they expect to see?
Just honestly, the event is 21 and older because it is technically a bar,
sure,
even though
sure.
we don't serve
They
the
serve-
hard liquor.
right,
so
but
just
still.
keep that in mind if you do choose to come. We have special theme nights. Some of it is like anime related or just like any miscellaneous like type of category like Star Wars, comic books.
Sure.
Very niche movies as well that me, Anna, and the whole entire Vault family just get together and we love to collaborate and brainstorm ideas.
I
for
was going to ask,
games.
do you get any say in music that you would hear?
Yes, actually, we try our best. We do have a couple of playlists on Spotify and Pandora that the girls can submit. Sometimes they don't work. Sometimes it is like, okay, this is a playlist that's currently working right now, guys. So have fun with
What
it.
about characters? Which one are you normally kind of are you specializing in your
Usually, it's like my post-apocalyptic garb.
Which
Okay.
fits quite well with the vault.
Yeah, with the
Most
Vault,
of the
yeah.
nights, they are just post-apocalyptic nights.
Right, right.
If it's like a special night for tonight, of course, it's our anniversary.
Sure.
I am going to be dressing up as Miss Emma Frost later from X-Men.
Oh, okay.
Oh, very
She
good.
is my favorite character, so I'm very excited. And I've had her cosplay for a while now. She's one of my favorites to cosplay anytime I go to conventions. So I'm excited to wear her again.
Have you been to any conventions in the past year or go to Comic-Con or anything this year?
I went to MegaCon this past
MegaCon.
year, and I had a really great time. I actually went with one of the other troops that I perform with that's in Tampa, Ybor City Sirens. We were out there doing some advertising for Moshi Moshi Productions.
Okay.
And it was really fun.
What did
and
you dress up as?
I actually dressed up as my own version of Zelda. I did like a belly dance
interesting.
version.
Oh,
of
very
Zelda.
good. All right, very cool.
And it was very fun to wear. And
it was legendary. Hey,
legendary. Well done.
All right.
Well done.
Hey.
I'm sure kids came
I'm
up
here
to
at
take
least for another
pictures
half
with
hour.
you.
It was a very beautiful moment. I think that's one of my favorite things when I cosplay is just seeing the children's reaction and go,
Right.
"Oh my God, it's the character!" I'm like,
Especially if it's a
"Yeah!"
kid who's dressed up in another Zelda type outfit
Oh,
too.
yeah.
Then they definitely want to get a picture with you for sure.
It's a very beautiful moment. I also love cosplaying from a lot of anime fandoms. I grew up watching Cowboy Bebop, Evangelion, so a lot of my favorite animes, I guess people would consider them kind of like old school or nostalgic.
Mm-hmm.
And I dressed up as Major from Ghost in Shell.
Major.
And I was so happy because people actually recognized the cosplay.
I feel like I saw that comic book here recently, Ghost in the Shell, somewhere on this side. Have you ever made it over to Spooky Empire?
I have. I actually first started going to Spooky when I was 13 years old.
Oh, okay.
So baby.
Very good.
One of my favorite memories is I was standing in line to meet Elvira, and she saw my cosplay at the time, and I was very influenced by Japanese fashion when I was younger, so I took like this baby doll white dress and I bloodied it up, and I had like this little white rabbit covered in blood, and she just thought it was like the cutest thing ever, and she came out of line. She's like, "You're so adorable. Can I take a little picture with you?" And I was like,
Oh, that's so
Like-
cool.
no moment after this, like anything after this point in my life.
I
it's
feel
just,
like Elvira
cookies.
was doing her thing when we were kids.
Oh,
Right?
Elvira?
Yeah, and
Oh,
she's
yeah.
still going
Oh, yeah.
strong. She's still going
She's
strong.
incredible, and she's like one of the sweetest people I've ever met.
Oh, geez.
Oh no, are you
The whole-
okay?
the
A little
whole-
more.
Fred?
A little
whole-
more. Rodney, help the man. He's got a costume on.
I was about to say.
Actually,
let us
that's
help
not
our
bad.
friend.
That's close. A little bit more. Move the front leg towards me, Rodney. We're okay. You know what? That's not bad. Okay, that's it. That's good. And I can do zoom in from here if I need to. That was like a horrendous earthquake. We were on that camera at the time, so it shook everywhere. Perfect. I guess a Minotaur. Oh, that was the Hulk Wolf one?
That was actually really cool.
Okay, so
outfit.
it's 5 minutes to 8. What time are you up on stage? Cage. Cage? Stage.
Cage stage. Cage stage.
You're right.
It makes sense.
Coming to the cage, ladies and gentlemen.
I get on technically at 8, but I mean it's
Okay.
a special occasion, so I can swing it a little.
Right. So if you're watching live, you got 5 minutes until 8 p.m. She'll be here, and how long will you be up?
I will be here until 12 a.m.
Okay.
Also, something new, we are going to start doing at Vault. I haven't made an official page or an announcement yet, but starting in August, one Friday out of the month, we are going to start having apocalyptic burlesque shows here.
Oh, you need to keep an eye out on Gods and Monsters Facebook page. Actually, and the Vault has their own page also,
yeah.
right? You need to keep an eye on both of those pages so that you know and keep up on those things. That's good. I think
Definitely.
there's a want for more of those things here. We don't get that.
Very much. It's something that I have been working on for a while. We're going to do it in a very unique way just because I know we are a little limited in space and Vault, and I want to make sure my team's comfortable and everyone's comfortable, but it's
Right.
going to be a very surreal experience that I'm very excited to share, and it's going to be mainly themed around horror, sci-fi,
Sure.
all that great stuff that we love.
And when you say a team, how many are usually on a team for you?
Right now, I have my girls who are my go-go Vault vixens. I want to say there's about, let's see, me, Phoebe. I want to say maybe 7 or 8 of us.
Okay, that's good, and it can be a little crowded in back there, so that's good. You kind of rotate it, like you said. You
Yeah.
rotate out. Everybody gets a chance.
Everybody gets a turn to have fun. Yes.
It's like a good.
Can we
base-
can we go into the cage?
Of course you can. Yes.
Are you gonna do it? Are you gonna show it?
Is there a weight limit on the cages?
Yeah.
Honestly,
I don't know
no.
about-
I think you'll be fine. Trust me. It's pretty sturdy. It's gone through some
How,
things.
how
I'm
tall
sure
you have to
you'll
be to
fine.
get in the cage? You gotta be this tall.
I mean, I'm like around 5'11" when I put on my heels, so you'll be fine.
Wow.
Okay, all right, that's good to know. The numbers.
Wow.
So that's coming up at 8:00 tonight. We told you earlier in the show that something was going on in the Vault. Now we got a confirmation that it starts at 8 p.m., which is in a couple of minutes, actually.
Yes.
That's all right.
I'm just gonna be like the Flash and just like zoom and then come back in my cosplay, and it's gonna be like nothing ever happened.
gonna be instant.
Or
Well, if you have a moment before you go out there, if you want to show us your cosplay outfit,
of course,
we'll be
I
on
was
the air.
planning on
I'll switch
that.
and I'll keep it on that Hulk camera. If you need a head to toe shot, you can show us your outfit.
yes, I will transition from looking in my 12-year-old boy garb into Emma Frost. I don't know why did I have to think
Okay.
about for a second what I was
Okay.
wearing.
All right, we'll stay on the air then until you come back out to show us your costume.
Awesome, thank
All right,
you.
thank you for visiting with us.
Yeah.
All right, I'm sorry. What was your name again?
Doll Porcelana.
Dal Porcelana
Dal
is
Porcelana.
here at Gods and Monsters
Yes.
performing in the Vault this
Yes.
evening. And thank you very much for visiting. Come out and give us the reveal. Here's the
Yes, I'm excited.
here's the before. Now stay tuned for the after picture.
Yes, thank
Before,
you for
after.
having me.
All right. Thank you very much. All right, we'll hang out here just for a little bit.
All right.
Let her change into her outfit.
Gonna
Let's,
let's
camera
we'll,
2 here.
This is number 3, right? Right, number 3?
Thank you. Yes, you can flip that off.
Boop. There we go.
Cuts down on our hiss. The store has calmed a little. Let's go back to camera
calmed down,
1.
yeah.
All right.
It's calmed
The
down.
store's calmed down a little. I'm going to set this down. It's calmed down a little bit. Neil Gaiman was in the building, but I think he's just did a quick walkthrough. He signed a bunch of his items, and some people purchased them. And we kind of knew he was here. But an opportunity for him to sit. He's on vacation right now. He's got stuff to do. He's here with the family.
So he just was on vacation.
Yeah,
now,
he's on
was-
vacation with his family, and
he
I
just
think
was
Todd
just stopping
Nana kind of
by,
set
like,
it up.
hey, you
Yeah,
know.
because he hasn't been to this location before. I think he was at the other one. So he signed some of his things, and I kind of wanted to ask him. Netflix Sandman season 1 is of course completed. Season 2, I think they're about to begin shooting it. I was just wanting to know what's it. Did she leave something here? See, she did it on purpose, so
did.
she'll come back.
Right.
Wait, this is her phone. Nobody forgets their phone.
Well,
All right, so she'll be back to grab
She'll
her
be back
phone.
to get the phone.
So yeah, questions for Neil. Of course, I had some, but you know what? Just the fact that he's here and getting a chance to hang out with Todd and Anna at the store is wonderful because I know he hasn't seen this location before. I believe is what Anna said. So that was cool that he got to be here and sign some of his things. Whew. See, I was going to sign off now, but now she's doing her big reveal on her outfit.
Right.
Plus, she's got her phone that she left here, so now we
Right.
probably
So now you
should
don't-
stay.
yeah, you have to wait
we
for
should
that.
still stay on the air. Yeah. Let me see. I was on Anna's son.
And she's back. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, that was fast. She said she was going to come in and out real quick like the Flash. Whew. Let's see. I'm going to say 3:10. We've been on the air for 3 hours and 9 minutes.
Well, you've been. I've been.
3:09. But you were here for most of it, actually. I was talking to myself for like only the first 10 or 15 minutes, and then boom, you were right there. So
You were like,
your
"Time to
timing
do
was
this."
perfect. Your timing was perfect because if you
Crack the
hadn't,
knuckles. Let's go.
if you hadn't, I'd be sitting here talking to myself the whole time.
You're like,
I
"Look at
did
this
get
thing."
one kid who came and sat down and told me about stuff he was looking for. He was in a Superman shirt. His name was Logan, because he was easy to remember, and he was looking for some D&D stuff. but he was like a 10-year-old kid.
But did you ever play D&D at all?
I did. I played D&D from I like to say middle school years.
Yeah, I did.
probably.
I was middle school and early high school.
That was
I had a
about
friend of mine,
the
David,
extent
who
of
was.
it. I had a friend who was the dungeon master, and it was usually he and I. He had all the stuff.
We had the same. Again, you and I have so many parallels. It was
Yep.
the same thing. I had the exact same experience. So the deal was, my friend.
You're fine. You're fine. You can walk through.
That's all right. So yeah, my friend, he just was excellent at it. I mean, as a
Dungeon master.
yeah.
It's storyteller. Yeah. Oh,
Have a good one.
He was on camera.
All right. You know, he was just really excellent at it. He was a really good storyteller. So for us, we were basically improvising a story.
Yeah.
And the dice and the numbers were just kind of the cue of which
Right. That
direction
was
you're
part
going,
of it.
you
Yeah,
know?
I know, yeah.
But the thing is that we'd try and play with anybody else who's like, oh, I got my campaign. And they were just all about, I'm rolling a plus,
Yeah, see,
you know, a
they-
D20. And you're like,
Yeah, they're
they were just these you know,
we were
dice
playing
guys.
the same game, but they had a different style, and
Yeah, it's
I
like,
feel
yeah.
the same way. We'd have other people that would join, and I was like, eh. So I did that for a brief period. So
Yeah.
you and I had that brief period. We
had the
both
movie
worked at
theater.
the Pleasure Island movie theater, but we didn't work there at the same time.
Right.
We were both at UCF at the same time, but
Yep.
never saw each
Never
other.
saw each other.
And then of course,
University
we
of
met
Central
up
Florida,
at,
yeah.
at Fox 35.
Working in TV news,
I
yeah.
often wonder, like if right as I graduated from UCF, if I had just, what was right after UCF for your Health Network?
No.
Or Universal?
No, it was Universal. So, yeah, I basically, what the deal was is that, well, actually, my first job out of college, I was delivering phone books back when there was
What?
a phone
You-
book.
what are
Yeah.
those?
Yeah, I know. What's that?
Phone books.
Yeah. No, I mean, what happened was I had worked jobs since I had like a job when I was 12 through high school.
Sure.
And I finally got to college and I was like, you know what? Luckily I didn't, I was in a situation where I didn't have to work.
yeah.
And so I asked my parents, can I just, go be a college kid, and not have to worry
Of
about
course, yeah.
working? Because I got a lifetime ahead of me of that. So, and they said, yeah, it's okay. So I, went and just was a college kid. And then, of course, right after school, I got Game Lab. And here's the problem with working at a theme park. If you are,
Specifically Universal for you?
yeah, if you're like a part-timer, it's hard because, one, you're enjoying what you're doing. It's a lot of fun. But the hours are not full. So in other words,
Right.
they'll hire you up to like 33 hours.
A week?
Yeah.
That's it?
So you're busy enough that you can't really get a second job because you're tired from the first one.
Yeah.
But you're not full time, so you don't have a full time.
No benefits.
No nothing. So you're just like, oh, it was tough. So then after that, I went and worked. I did retail sales at Circuit City, which was for people that's they were the competitor to Best Buy, and Best Buy won. They
Circuit City.
crushed them and got rid of them. And then after that, it was America's Health Network, my first TV job. Since I had a degree in television, so I wanted to actually work in my field. So I literally moved back up here. I was in Sarasota, back home with the parents, did the whole move home bit,
sure.
and then moved back. And then I took a job at the Orlando Sentinel, selling ads.
Oh, I didn't know. I don't think I knew that.
Oh, I took it for I was there for 3 days.
Oh, okay.
So and it was one of those things where you walk in there and you're like, this is not me. I know this is not me. And also, I just got done doing 2 years of retail sales where we actually had quota. We actually had all this stuff. And you're like,
yeah.
I came up here to do this, not that. And I don't want to do that at all. So I
That's-
literally said to the guy, and this shows you how the universe is. I came into work one day in shorts and a T-shirt. He looked at me all shocked, my new boss. He's like, what's wrong? I said, I gotta go. I have a job in TV. One of the resumes I sent out hit, and I gotta go. But thank you for everything, and,
Right.
and I hope you find somebody that's a better fit than me. And have a nice day.
And that TV hit was,
America's
American Health Network,
But
correct.
but
but
I had nothing.
that was short-lived.
After when I walked in to quit, I had nothing. I had nothing lined up. I made up that story about having a TV job lined up, but 3 days later I got a phone call. to go do.
I
the
figured she'd
phone.
eventually.
So then 3 days later, I got a phone call to do America's Health Network from a friend.
And how long did that last before the
we
announcement?
We were there for what? Up to 90, almost 4 years.
Did you go from Health
Ni-
Network straight to Fox?
No, I freelanced, and then the thing is, when I was freelancing, let me say this about me and freelancing: I had more free time than Lansing, so I'm not a good freelancer. And so, because I didn't have any real connections, I only had one kind of skill, and So when I got another opportunity to go work at the TV station part time, I took that, and then I also got a second job doing corporate video work at Omni Productions. So I was doing 2 jobs
That
at
I
once.
remember you doing at the same time.
And that's how that all came about.
And I watch Steve a lot. Speaking of Omni Productions, he's got one of these, or he's got multiple of these Black Magic boxes.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the Hulk.
Yeah, he's got a Hulk.
He's got multiple
We have a
Hulks.
Hulk. No, he's got he's into the Black Magic. I think he's actually a retail seller.
Yeah, I know.
of
He's
the
doing
products.
real well.
Yeah.
He always did well.
He's killing it. I see his Facebook page all the time for Omni.
Yes. No, and so, but anyway, but that's how that happened. And I've been, and then Steve for a long, worked with him, and then forever, for a while, and then
Those
just did
VHS machines.
yeah.
Kids, for those of you who don't know, a VHS
Right.
machine can
It's probably making a comeback for some retro kids.
Yeah, like albums are making a comeback. Before you know it, Rodney's going to be back making dupes.
Yeah, those days are done for me. I'm done.
So you take a master VHS machine and you needed to make multiple copies.
Right.
What you do is you plug a whole bunch of VCRs together. What would be the maximum amount of VCRs at one time?
32.
And you'd have the different remotes, and you'd be like, all right, play.
No.
here. Okay, record,
No. You
record.
don't, what you do is you get 32 of the same machine, and you have one remote,
And hopefully point
and
it all.
you stand back 10 to 15 feet,
Get it all in one shot.
and the beam will do it.
Yep.
The
And you
beam will
hear-
do
and,
it.
And that sound, just this.
Oh, I'll never.
They
I
all kick on.
I think I think I even took a home video of it. I
That's
do.
cool. Just for
Just
the
to have,
sound of it.
yeah.
Just the sound of hearing
Just
it
like,
go
remember
from
this?
nothing to just and the tape. But
Yeah,
how many
all
of them
that
did you say?
stuff.
30.
Like 30. We had a bank of 32 of them.
Clients would want multiple copies of VHS for whatever
Yeah.
corporate whatever that Steve shot, and then making the dupes.
Yep.
But then you made it over to Fox 35, just like I did.
Yep. Done it for a long time.
Yep. And then
Oh, there's something I need to tell you too.
Go
Later
ahead.
I'll tell you. But
a story from work.
yeah.
Something for on camera, or you
No,
okay,
it's all off
okay.
camera
Something's
stuff.
going on. But we're here once again at God's Monsters 8th anniversary. Congratulations
Did you
to any business
did you
that
see
can
the
go-
new documentary on Stan Lee that came out on Disney Plus?
I just saw the trailer for it. Yeah, it's out now, isn't
Yeah.
it?
Yeah, it's
That-
pretty good. They did a really good job
I mean,
editing his
there's
voice.
a lot of footage of him over the years, isn't there?
The one that surprised me the most was there's a wonderful thing of 16 millimeter film of him in like 1966 or 67
Yeah.
in color,
Wow.
sound and color. And it's like, he does have his mustache, and he's like,
Okay,
I'm-
late. What
I'm
year?
s-
66, mid, late.
It's,
Right around.
well, the thing is, I'm looking at the books on the wall, and it's like, okay.
What do you think?
But-
In the late 60s like that, what do you think he was worth then compared to what he was worth when he
Not
died?
a lot.
No.
He wasn't making a lot,
No,
and that's
he
the
wasn't.
thing. And in fact, even
Getting
it's
screwed
even
over.
till his old years of in his 80s, he wasn't making a whole lot of
Right,
money
until he
because
started getting producer credit on some of these Marvel
they
movies.
they finally I believe they back paid him
Of course
like a
they
couple
did,
of
yeah.
million.
Yeah,
And for what he did because
Because-
they felt bad.
because he was still the face of the company in many ways. He was
Well,
out
it's
there
just
at
he
the
was-
conventions and
There was something really interesting that's in the documentary where there's a radio show. I mean, I think it was a radio show. What happened was, full disclosure, I started watching it. I was tired today. I started to kind of
Yeah,
fall
I
asleep.
haven't.
So I put the audio on, and I was kind of resting and just listening to it like it's a podcast
Sure.
almost. But anyway, I guess there was some radio show. I got to watch it, or it was a TV show. But he calls in, and Jack Kirby's being interviewed on some radio show.
uh-oh.
Oh no, they get into it on
Yeah.
the air. It's
Oh.
wild of like who created what and the whole thing, and it just how these
I hear some stories sometimes about it. You do the he said
Oh, yeah.
on those, and for a part of me, I always want to believe whatever Stan says, but then there's just sometimes where
No,
it's like
it's-
this story's not adding
but
up.
what Stan was saying really made a lot of sense because he was talking about his little thing with Steve Ditko, where Ditko believed that if you drew it, you get half the credit. And Stan's like, no, I thought of it. I told you what to draw. You took care of it for me.
Right.
That's the end of it. And I hate to say it, I'm in Stan's corner on this. It's
Yeah.
like, if you're thinking of all the stuff up and you're like, it kind of looks like this, and then it's like, well, maybe how about this design, that design? That's great. But you don't get half the credit for it.
Yeah.
You know, that would be like every Star Wars modeler guy going, I came up with a ship design.
Yeah,
I get half
yeah.
of Star Wars. No, you don't. You
There
know,
was
it's no, you don't.
Great scene from the TV show Mad Men. I don't know if you watch Mad Men.
Mm-hmm.
But Peggy and Don Draper. Peggy is complaining to Don because he won the Clio. That's the commercial
Okay,
award.
yeah.
She kind of comes up with an idea, and he's like, yeah, you had a little idea, a kernel of an idea, and I turned it into a commercial. And she's like, yeah, but you never thanked me for it. He's like, I did. He says, that's what the money's for, you know?
Right.
And then it's like, it's just clear to her, like, you know, okay, that's the kind of relationship we have. I had an idea. I worked for you. You got the award. But
Right.
you got to remember that, you know, it's not 50-50.
Well, one thing I always find, I mean, and again, you know, because you and I both are Hollywood buffs, and one thing that I always find fascinating, and I get it. In other words, when I kind of bring up this kind of argument, I'm in the actor or the producer's corner, as in like, because, and I'll explain why in a moment. One thing I don't understand is that with the idea of residuals, you're an actor hired for a movie.
Mm-hmm.
It's, you know, you're done.
You didn't write it.
You didn't write it.
produce
No, you
direct
did. You
it.
did your job. You acted in it. Great. Why do I owe you extra money past that? But then again, to their, you know, to the actor, which I believe, they're part of the selling process of selling the tickets. They are the draw.
My face was
Right.
on that movie poster.
Right.
Your name, because you wrote it, was a little thing
Yeah,
on
yeah,
that poster.
exactly. Or
There's
you're the
a reason for
producer,
that.
yeah,
There's
or
a
you're the
reason for
producer.
that.
But then again, I start thinking to myself, what if like a plumber does this? Hey man, Art, you know you owe me $10 a month of residuals because I plumbed that house.
Is your house flooded? No.
No,
That's because I plumbed it.
I plumbed it back
Yeah, I
in
see that.
1967 when you
And-
bought that old house.
And it sounds like right now, today, currently, this writer strike is nowhere near ending.
yeah, I think
talking about residuals and getting paid and getting paid scale and it's like,
Well-
wow, they're going through a lot and dealing with getting paid for streaming service shows and
I saw a very interesting interview with the guy who was this is on YouTube, a guy who is he's an IATSE union boss, and he was just talking just in general. He's very pro union. He's sticking up his side of the argument. You know what good they do.
Mm-hmm.
And but the other thing I found kind of funny was he's like, you know, you can have any kind of background. We don't care as long as you could do the job. I'm like, well, if a guy stole a bunch of stuff, you know, maybe you ought to be careful about the kind of his background before you just hire him on to do your movie. You know, what happened to our truck? Well, we're the guy. We didn't, you know, we didn't care about having a background. No, his background took the truck. Anyway, but so many things are moving out of California. They're saying how they have to compete against. We all know
Made in
Georgia.
Yep.
Now the other one is Louisiana.
Oh, really?
Right.
Any tax breaks out there?
Right.
Yeah.
And then also you got Vancouver, which has been going on for a long time. And probably in the next, I'd say probably 3 years, will be the next ones to come up.
Yeah.
Because someone's going to, because
It should have
they're,
happened by now.
well, guess
here, but it
who moved to Bradenton, of all people?
Who?
Scott Baio.
Scott Baio moved to Bradenton?
He lives in Bradenton, and he's happy to. I mean, these people like Sylvester Stallone has moved
Yeah,
to
that's
West
true.
Palm
That's
Beach.
true.
They're moving all towards Florida now, because the way way that state is managed,
Yeah.
and they're just. I'm just saying, this is what's happening. You know,
It should have
so-
happened here a long time ago when
Well-
they built our MGM studios here. And
Well,
we were
no,
supposed to
that
have all
Universal
that stuff
Studio
at-
had the big empty thing. It's like, why are you not doing something? And you at least
know.
always have it going.
We had MGM Studios and Universal built right at the time we were leaving
Right,
college. And
right.
It was like, this is where we need to live. This is where it's going to.
Never happened. But you know what? It'll now probably happen now that we're old. But anyway,
I know.
you know.
But yeah, the writer strike right now, it seems to be like it's not ending anytime soon.
No,
And
because
which is going to start to hurt the new season of shows.
well, like
A lot of
you've
most
got
shows were cut short.
you've got all those. You got all that stuff. I mean, their gripes are right. Where again, this is the argument's not new. It
No,
really isn't.
There's a writer's strike every 10 years or so.
Well, there was a there was a writer's strike for when there's. I'm pretty sure during the VHS time, the DVD sales. Anytime there's a new format,
Yeah.
there's a new strike because hey, we have a new format. We don't have to pay these people.
Right.
And it's like okay, or the old adage, we can get any writer. Yeah, anybody can write anything.
The
That
struggle
kind
for
of thing.
writers now too is a TV show, and it's a streaming TV show, 10 episodes. That's
Yeah.
it. It's not 22 like it used to be, or 24
Yeah.
episodes. So if they're getting paid per show, it's getting cut in half. What they normally
Yeah.
would get paid. That's rough. I don't know. I don't know what the end result of that is going to be. The end result's going to be our streaming prices will go up probably.
Yeah, exactly. That'll be like, oh, it's going to be now $20 a month,
Yeah.
and then you're going to start seeing the streaming service lose money because it'll be out of people's price points. The idea of cutting the cord, but we added 15 apps to our
I know.
back to it.
It's so true.
It was cheap once, now it's not anymore.
Take a shot out here on the Hulk camera one more time as things start to quiet down a little bit. You still have time to come out to Gods and Monsters for their 8th anniversary. They'll be open till 1 a.m. At least the vault will be open till 1 a.m. So feel free to come on out here. And we visited with a few people, and it was nice. I think we're starting to wind it down here, referring to the show, but that doesn't mean you still can't come down here and visit. So when was the last time you were here and bought something?
Oh gosh, I don't know. It was a while ago, like a while ago, because it's just where I live. It's nothing to do with not coming here. It's just to come here. It's a bit of work. Let's put it that way.
Yeah. Tell you, man, get on that express lane.
Well, I've done it, yeah. Like I told you, I get kind of tunneled in.
I know, you're boxed in.
Well,
It's only two lanes. You got these concrete walls on both sides.
Speaking of something like that, here's a classic Rodney story. So anyway, one day I decided I wanted to go to a little Star Wars swap meet thing. They're around everywhere.
I've seen one,
Yeah, they're really fun. I know that actually.
The vets.
Yeah, they usually had the veteran of the foreign
Yeah,
wars
I
or
think I
little
saw
the
that
VFAs
building,
things. So one was down in Osceola, which for me, okay, I'm over yonder, and that's over there.
Okay.
So I'm looking at the maps. I'll take the 417. I'll get on the turnpike for a little bit. Well, okay, I get on the turnpike. That off ramp to that area is like within like a mile and a half once you get on it, which I missed it.
And if you miss it,
Then I went to the little like the gas station middle place, and I'm like, well, maybe it's up a little further. Did I miss? Because I mean, I'm because
not
now
using the GPS that day. You just
I
figured you-
was all confused, right? So then I eventually ended up in Vero Beach.
Oh. Yeah,
'Cause
you really missed it.
I rode the turnpike all the way down. And one thing I don't like about the turnpike is, for me, again, there's no exits. So if you're on a turnpike and if there's an accident, you're
stuck
stuck
there.
in the middle of that. And it's a 2-lane road. And, of
Yep.
course, emergency vehicles got to go to the accident.
Yep.
So, or if you got to go to the bathroom, you can.
Yeah, no.
Or you got to get some
Rest
gas.
stop,
You
25
can't.
miles, okay.
Exactly. Exactly. And I'm like, I will never take a turnpike ever again because of these reasons. So, that's just how I am about it.
Well, I was kind of holding out for her, but at this point, she's probably at work now.
She is probably gearing up like Iron Man.
She's got her phone now, and she's probably out there. She said she was going to be at there.
She's
at 8.
probably on that thing, and it's putting the costume on her,
doing it for her.
spinning on her.
Well, we're very happy that for Gods and Monsters to be celebrating their 8th anniversary. But like we said before, most small businesses don't make it past the first year.
that's a big
And then
deal.
to be a small business to do this
That-
and also
yeah.
survive a pandemic,
Yeah.
which many businesses and restaurants didn't do. They survived because they've
Yeah.
got a strong community here, whether
Yeah.
it be people who walk in through the door or their online community.
Through the-
They're
through the
regular
camera
customers.
shots, too.
Yeah, they're regular customers who order the comic books for them. So I'm sure they'd be very grateful to all of you people who are loyal customers of theirs to say.
Well, they're very thankful of you because
Absolutely.
it's again the idea of these kind of stores is just not only is that there's things you like and there's whether it's toys or collectibles or games or whatever. The main underlining tone of them all. It's a place to hang out.
Yep, community.
And that's where you
Sense of
hang out
community.
and you make friends. I mean, the reason why I know Todd, I used to hang out at one store that he was working at forever and a day.
Very good with
And
the
that's how I
store.
know
Yeah.
Todd for years now, years
Todd
and
living
years.
even closer to that one store. One step away from acquiring it, perhaps. Maybe that's the plan. We don't
I
need
don't
to
know
name.
that.
We don't need to mention the name of it, but
You know.
interesting.
Yeah, who knows? No, I
Satellite
don't.
office.
I don't know.
No.
Satellite.
Satellite office. But for those of you who normally watch us on YouTube, this will be up on YouTube in a while. Thanks for watching us. Thank you for the people who joined them. Just real quick at the end here.
Who we have to say hello
Linda
to?
said hello to
Hi, Linda.
Anna. Hi, sweetie. Happy anniversary. Jeff Jones is watching. Oh,
Jeff
Jeff
Jones.
Jones. Hey, Jeff Jones. Wait, is that stand-up comedian Jeff Jones from Orlando here? I'm wondering who that is. Stephanie Jones, Sarah, and Jeffrey Mills are watching. Now, I got to click on that to see if it is Jeff Jones, the one that I know. It's a common name, but it doesn't let me click on the names when it's like, all right, I'll have to click on that later to see if it is. But thank you all for watching once again. Greg and I are going to do a little bit better of a job of coming around a little bit more. Like I said, I have a whole Tupperware container of things that I want to see what Todd would want for them. And it's a whole X-Files collection of things that have just TV guides, magazines, the Rolling Stone covers, every DVD that came out. I'm just like, I get all of this streaming now, and I don't need the magazines and stuff. So I'm looking to start. You've been saying it too. It's time to start.
You start pruning it down. You're
gotta
like
start pruning it down a
you
little
start
bit.
saying to yourself, "This is the really cool stuff.
I know.
This is all the stuff I've accumulated along the way."
Yeah. But and you need to be making more appearances.
It's
I
a work
will
thing.
Keep you updated.
It's a
I
work
know.
thing for me.
I know. We used to do them all on Friday nights, and you're always working
I'm only
Friday
working
nights.
Friday nights. If you do it on a Saturday, I can show up.
Oh, Saturdays are so hard. Okay, but
Or
thank
even
you
a
all.
Sunday night, I can do it. I can still show up.
Oh, Sunday nights. I got to go to school the next day.
Oh well, you listen. There's a reason why you. There's three reasons. Here's 3 reasons why you became a teacher: June, July, August. Come
Yeah,
on, man.
I know. Loving my summer right now. All right. Thank you all for watching. I forgot the exit strategy here for doing this right. Hang on.
You just hit stop, right?
Stop streaming and stop recording.
Stop
All right.
streaming.
Stop streaming. Oh, did you watch the Arnold Schwarzenegger documentary yet?
No, I've always seen the only one you need to see is Pumping Iron.
Yeah, it's just him sitting down.
Well,
on
you see
camera
the guy who
talking.
does all the deep fakes, the guy who does the voice,
Yes,
though? Wow.
yes.
He's
the
got
deep
him
fakes
down.
with Arnold Schwarzenegger are like putting him in different female parts. That's hilarious. All right, but that's not why we're here. All right, this is our closing. Thank you all for watching. We hope to see you again soon. Look for us. Please come down and visit the store and congratulate Todd and Anna for 8 years in the business. Thanks all for watching, and now I'm going to